No, y'all, that's not my real voice. Cigar Hound Dog, DJ from Pick Jimmy, Master Your Ash, John from Cigar Alchemist, EKB from the Vintage Cigar.
What you gonna do for it? How you gonna move for it? What you gonna be? And do you believe you can do anything?
Thanks for tuning into the big broadcast, the bad broadcast. And now, the New Wave presents the infamous Smoke Show.
We're live.
Yeah.
Our guest this week, Manolo from Casa 1910. How you doing, man?
Hello. All good, and you guys?
Good, man.
Doing good, man. Good to see you.
Good.
Yeah, thanks for coming on.
Thanks for the invitation to this amazing and famous video cast. So thank you so much. Infamous.
Yes, sir. Definitely. Oh, good, man. Wonderful. People hopping
Let's
off
get
the
started,
chat.
man. How you been? What have you been working on? What has been the whole thing behind Casa 1910, man? What's pushing the movement for you?
Okay, sorry again. I can hear you well.
Is my audio out, guys?
No, you're good.
That's fine.
I can hear you.
Okay.
Yeah, you're good.
So Manolo, I was just asking, how has everything been going with Casa 1910? How have you been doing? What's been happening with just your cigars? The people getting behind your cigars. Tell us everything, man.
Well, thank you. Well, it's a really. Oh yeah, it's a Canelo Alvarez hat. Thank you, so.
Shout out to Mexico.
Well, about Casa 1910, it's a lot of stress, of course, because we are a very new brand for a very strange or very rare terroir. I need to say, if you know the Negro San Andres, it's very famous around the world of tobacco, but not the Mexican cigars. So for us, it's very important to show the quality of the Mexican cigars to the rest of the world. So it's very hard work. And right now, my business partner Jamie and Serge, it's in Europe to make a business trip to show for different countries the Casa 1910 cigars, the everything about Casa 1910. And myself, I'm here in Veracruz to check the new production for new cigars, for new incomings. So a lot of work.
Yeah.
Good.
What do you feel separates Mexican tobacco, not just the San Andres, like you're saying, that's so popular? What separates Mexican tobacco from Cuban, from Nicaraguan, Honduran, and so on?
Well, the Negro San Andres, it's very unique, if you can say. But all the tobaccos is very unique. You know, the Cuban tobacco, the Nicaraguan tobacco, the Honduran tobacco, Ecuadorian. For every country, for each country, it's very unique. But for my side, the combination between the weather, the terroir, the knowledge for the people from the farms, it's most unique. But if you put that things, the terroir, plus the seed, it's amazing. For example, maybe you can harvesting Habano Ecuador, Habano seed in Ecuador. Okay, it's a very great tobacco, but it's not total 100% original like the Negro San Andres. The Negro San Andres is a seed from Mexico and harvesting in Mexico, you know, with the knowledge of the Mexican farmers. So it's very interesting. But what I say, the 80% for the farmers, it's to produce tobacco for another countries.
Yeah.
Okay, and the 80% it's local consumption and not a lot of factories. We have in Veracruz, we have more farms, not factories. So this is the interesting part for Mexico.
Okay.
So where are you rolling your tobacco? Like how are you doing that? What kind of if you can explain that, like what's your setup like as far as being able to find a tobacco area to get everything rolled? Is each cigar in a different place, or how does that work?
Well, Casa 1910 have a very interesting portfolio in three different lines. Right now, we have two different levels. The premium level, it's a Revolutionary Edition, Cabaret Edition, and Soldadera Edition. And we have another level, the entry level of very affordable cigars. It's Mexigars. It's a new brand. We show in the it was in the PCA. We show the Mexigars. So it's different tobacco. It's different, not quality. I don't say quality. It's just different
Mm.
tobacco and different process in the tobacco. The same quality but different process. So the premium line, it's made in Revolutionary Edition in Mexico, Cabaret Edition in Nicaragua, and Soldadera Edition in Dominican Republic.
Mm-hmm.
So right now it's eight different cigars between three different lines, three different countries. And in Mexico, we produce with an amazing factory, with an amazing family that produced very great cigars 100 years ago before, and they growing, they earn tobacco to produce our cigars, but separately. The factory with the family, it's one production, one galleys, one cigar rollers, and Casa 1910, it's another hall with another cigar rollers with another kind of tobacco. So it's our proper way to produce cigars in Mexico. In the main future, we get a proper factory and take our cigar rollers to pass in the new factory. But right now we are very young in the tobacco business, so it's a
Mm.
proper, easy way to introduce the Casa 1910 and the Mexican quality in different countries. So in Mexico, we work like that.
So, and you're one of
We,
the brands that has that does something rare where you have a different, like, for say like the Cuchillo Parado or the La Soldadera, like you have different sizes, but each size is like a tweaked blend, right? All the blends are tweaked.
Yes. For example, in Revolutionary Edition, we have the Cuchillo Parado. It's only Robusto shape. And then the second one, it's a Tierra Blanca. Tierra Blanca, it's a Toro 6x54, made in the same factory with the same hands, but another different filler. So right now, we increase the portfolio for Revolutionary Edition from Cuchillo Parado and Tierra Blanca, and I designed another cigar. It's called El Ébano. It's another important barrel in the Mexican Revolution, and actually El Ébano, it's going in the Tierra Blanca Toro Extra shape, 6x54, and Robusto. It's a first cigar for our lines. It's a couple of shapes. And the Tierra Blanca, we decide to produce now the Robusto Tierra Blanca. So in this year, we changed the game for the last a couple of years from Casa 1910 because each shape, each cigar, it's one different blend. But
Yeah,
now we produce the Lébano in two different shapes and the Tierra Blanca in two different shapes.
that's cool, man. Yeah, is it just because you feel like each shape can be expressed better via different blend, and that kind of like the
Definitely.
mindset behind it?
Definitely. In the beginning of Casa 1910, when I designed the Cuchillo Parado and the Tierra Blanca, I taste in different shapes. In the beginning, all of my blends, it's in a Corona, very 42 ring gauge, by 4.5 inch for length or 5 inch for length. So for my side, it's the beginning of each blend. So I taste um, in the same quantity of each tobacco in the filler, because if you increase the ring gauge, you need to play with different volumes in different leaves. But in the
Yeah.
Corona, very tight. It's more easy because you can put, for example, the 33% for each tobacco in the filler if you use three different tobaccos in the filler. So I can taste in the same level all the tobaccos, and I make changes, more of this, less of that, to get the correct blend. When I find a very good blend, I play with different shapes. I taste different shapes. Uh, 42, 48, 50, 55, 54, 60. So I play a lot with the ring gauge. When I have a very good ring gauge for 5 inch, I play with the lengths. So,
Mhm.
or another way, it's directly. When I find the correct blend, I use a robusto, a toro extra, a gordo, or a torpedo. And for my palate, when you can taste all the portfolio for the same blend, you can find the best one. The
Mhm.
best one. One shape
Mhm.
is the best for each catalog.
Yeah,
Okay?
yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's not the same cigar from Robusto or to taste versus the Toro.
Yeah.
If you taste the same blend, it's different expression, it's different
Yeah.
aroma. A little bit, if you can say it's a little bit, but it's a little bit, it's something.
Mhm.
So I try to taste the different blends in different shapes to choose the best one for the aficionados, for the tobacco lovers. So it's very very interesting. It's very hard because it's not the same game. It's
Yeah.
not the same.
You definitely step it up doing that, and you offer
Yeah.
a unique experience with each blend. Um, where do you find Casa 1910 as far as like regions? Where are you guys hot right now? Like, is it United States, or are you guys in Europe yet? Like, where do you guys in Mexico? I'm guessing that too. Where you guys find like a lot of success right now regionally?
Well, what I say in the beginning of this chat, I in Casa 1910, all the team, we need to show to the all consumers, to the all tobacco lovers or tobacco aficionados, the flavor and the quality from Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
So if I saw my cigars in Colombia, I'm very happy to be there, like Spain, like London, like United States. So my proper win. It's to see the people in the tobacco shop cut my cigar and taste my cigar, and when I see a little smile, I'm good. I'm
Yes.
good.
Yeah.
So, um, but right now in numbers, in maths,
Mm-hmm.
or representation around the world, it's about the 70% in US and the rest of the world, Europe and East Europe. Uh, it's funny because in Mexico, first of all, we have a lot of restriction to cigarette smokers and cigarette smokers. Okay, it's more
Mm.
easy to smoke weed in the park than cigar or
Mm.
cigarettes right now in
Yeah.
Mexico. So
Weird.
yeah, we have a lot of restrictions here in Mexico. So it's very hard, and the Mexican consumers uh, usually smoke like Cuban cigars or Nicaragua.
Yeah.
Cubans is the most bigger part of the market in Mexico, and Nicaragua, Honduras, and the Dominican Republic, it's maybe the another 40 or 35%, and the rest, the 5% or less, it's Mexican tobacco.
Yeah.
It's sad, but it's what it is.
Yeah.
So we are in the fight to show here in Mexico and in other countries the Mexican quality. So right now we have presence in more like 18 different countries.
Nice, man. Nice.
Yeah, that's
And
great.
is this a Cuchillo Parado? Is this a Puro? Mexican Puro?
Yes, all the Revolutionary Edition, all the orange labels, cigars. It's
Yes.
for Cuchillo Parado, Tierra Blanca, or the New Lébano. It's Mexican
Mhm.
Puro, made with different seeds grown in Mexico from Negro Jaltepec, Negro San Andres, or Habano seed, or Sumatra seed, or criollos, special criollos grown in Mexico with that cigars. For example, Cuchillo Parado, it's all Negro San Andres filler binder, and the wrapper, it's a Mexican Sumatra wrapper.
Okay.
I got to tell you
Nice
this,
so far, man.
Manolo. I really appreciate one that you were reaching out to us before the infamous channel, like all of us individually. You sent out your
Oh, yeah.
cigars to us, and in the time that you did that, dude, I was looking for something different in cigars. I needed something that was like not the same. And when I first got your cigars and I got the tea note, and I was looking for that flavor in a cigar, dude, you made me so happy with that, man. That's why I was all over my channel, all over the lives with these guys in the group chat. Like, yo, man, I love Casa 19. They know I was like hyping your stuff up, man, just because you really brought something new to the table, man. So I just wanted to tell you that. Like, I appreciate it, bro. Straight up, man. Thank you.
Oh,
It's cool.
This words is my payment. I don't need payment. I don't need words, but I'm very happy with the words. So thank you so much for that words. It's very important to me because every feedback like yours, it's my push when I make new blends.
Yeah.
Yeah. For example, when I made blends, when I made blend, I need to express a different face for the Mexican tobacco because if you can taste another Nicaraguan cigars with the Negro San Andres, it's power, it's spices, and another and the strength. It's very interesting. But with Revolutionary Edition, for example, Cuchillo Parado, it's a lot of tea leaves, a lot of herbal notes, different face for the Negro San Andres. So I like to surprise the palate and the palate of the or for example the idea for the Mexican tobacco. You can taste another different face for the Negro San Andres with Cuchillo Parado, Tierra Blanca, or another blends with Cabre Edition. It's Nicaragua, Mexico, and Soldadera, Dominican, and Mexico. So I like to surprise the palate.
You do,
Do we
man.
want to go around and tell everybody what we're smoking right now?
Sure.
Cuchillo Parado.
Yeah, we got Matt.
Hey.
Little booster right there.
There you go.
All right. So am I saying this Sempertina?
San Petrina.
Look at that burn, though, baby.
San Patrina.
Look at that burn.
Beautiful, man.
Nice.
I'm smoking the horses.
Lucero.
The cavalry.
Oh,
yeah.
we're smoking the same thing. Nice.
Yes, sir.
Nice.
Beautiful.
Great.
What about you,
This is my
Manolo?
favorite one.
I have prepared La Coronela to smoke. It's this one from Soldadera Edition. It's amazing.
Beautiful.
It's a 5.5 inch length by 58, made with Habano
boy.
Ecuador wrapper, Brazil Arapiraca in the binder, and Mexico and Dominican Republic in the filler. But I'm in the hotel right now and I can smoke. I'm very
Yeah.
I'm very sad for that. Sorry for that.
You're okay.
No, it's all good, man.
No, I'm sorry for you, man. I'm sorry for you. You can smell it though. There you go. Get the room now.
I play with the cigar with you guys.
You say it was a Brazilian
cool.
binder?
Just make it look cool.
Sorry?
You said it was a Brazilian binder?
Yes, in La Coronela, it's Habano Ecuadorian Habano wrapper.
Yeah.
but it's a proper piloto. It's a original Cuban seed, but the first harvesting it's in Ecuador. So it's a very interesting wrapper. The binder it's Arapiraca from Brazil,
Yeah.
and the filler it's 40% Mexico and the rest of DR.
Very
What's
nice.
the wrapper on the Calvary?
Well, in Caber edition we have two different binders: Lucero and As de Oro, the Torpedo and the Toro.
Yeah.
Extra, it's Equatorian Habano. Okay,
Okay.
for wrapper, and the for the Jilguero, it's a Gordo 6x60. It's a Negro San Andres wrapper.
Okay. I was gonna say because like, you know, with us being consumers in the U.S., when we hear about Mexican tobacco, it's always MSA, Mexican San Andreas
Yep.
wrapper, Maduro, and it's like that's the only cigar I think out of your entire line that I know of that has MSA as a wrapper. You know, it's you're going against the grain when it comes to what people's perception of Mexican tobacco is. You know,
It, Actually, it's funny because maybe that part of our cigar is the strength, but the how do you say the dangerous part of the Casa 1910
nicotine.
cigars. No, nor nicotine. Is not an strength. It's a proper
Yeah.
fall for Casa 1910 cigars. Like you say, when you can hear about the Mexican brand with from Mexico Negro San Andres wrapper, but
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
necessarily. Not
No.
necessarily.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's because the first cigar when we showed the brand in PCA for 2021, we showed just the cuchillo parado with Sumatra wrapper because it's out of the box.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not our goal when we show the brand with just one cigar, because I was prepared cuchillo parado en Tierra Blanca, but the Tierra Blanca it's not ready to show in PCA. So I say with Serge and Jamie, we cannot show the Tierra Blanca, and that guy say why because it's not totally done, it's not ready to
It's not
smoke,
ready.
so we cannot show the Tierra Blanca. We need to show just one cigar, yeah, why not? We pay our PCA, we pay our flights, we need to show one thing, so the cuchillo parado or nothing, so one is
Yeah.
better than nothing.
I think that's the smart thing to
Absolutely.
do. Show them when they're ready instead of just trying to rush it out. I think a lot of brands have been kind of rushing cigars to the market, trying to get them out there to make a quick buck, but it makes a bad
And it
impression.
backfires.
So-
Yeah.
and it backfires. I think you did the right thing, man. Sometimes you got to be patient. It's okay to be patient.
Yeah, another interesting part in the patience for our side, it's in Revolutionary Edition, Cabaret Edition, and Soladera Edition, the orange, green, and white label cigars from Casa 1910. It's rested for 6 to 8 months at minimum after be rolled,
Okay.
because when you take a cigar in the tobacco shop, I need to show you a correct cigar to perfect time to smoke right now, because I prefer that. I prefer that. I really hate when I take a cigar in the tobacco shop and I taste it and it's a lot of harsh sensations, and I I need to put the cigar in the humidor for another 2 months. It's like,
Yeah.
hey man,
Mhm.
why, why?
Yeah.
Because I need to smoke right now. So
Yeah.
it's hard for Casa 1910, 6 to 8 months at minimum. I taste every batch at the when the cigars complain 6 months. I go to the
Mm-hmm.
factory. I take a totally wrong different cigars for the same batch, and I taste it, and I say, okay, this complaint. If the more than 80% of the all the cigars I taste, and it's okay, okay, it's perfect. But if not, I pass for another month or another 2 months, at 8 months. So it depends.
Yeah.
I got another compliment for you, man. Construction wise, I don't know what you guys are doing quality control. I haven't had any issues for the entire time that I've been smoking Casa 1910. What is
Mhm.
your uh like what kind of effort company wide are you putting into the quality control of your cigars? Because it looks like you're doing a great job as far as like how they burn, the draw. It's been great. I have had a great
Yeah.
experience.
Great. Well, I think it's two important process. For example, the first one it's the time and the volume, production volume. For example, we don't produce a lot of cigars per month. We produce a very reduced volume for each line, for each blend. For example, in Mexico, we have just 100% handmade cigars. Okay, no rolling machine, no the couples. It's one cigar roller, make the blend, make the bonche, and pass the
Mm.
grapper. Okay,
Mhm.
so here in Mexico we have just 5 cigar rollers to produce every day between 80 cigars to 100 and 110 cigars per day, from Monday to Friday. So maybe 400 and a half and maybe 500 per week. So it's a very smart production. And
Yeah.
in Nicaragua and Dominican Republic, we produce with a very interesting factories, very small, with just a few couples. For example, in Dominican Republic, we produce with Tabacaria La Isla, with Hostos Quesada. So that factory is like an amazing Swiss watch. It's
Mm.
beautiful. The production, the couples of cigar rollers made with a smile in your face, making a good cigars every time and pass perfect wrapper. It's amazing. And the quality
Mhm.
control for the master in the factory or Hostos Quesada, it's huge, amazing. So it, if you take a trip in the factory, you never see a leaf in the floor. So it's amazing. It's amazing.
Immaculate. Yeah.
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 This is for Soldadera edition, and the Cabre edition. It's made in Esteli, Nicaragua, with Al Garcia in Segovias. So that guy, it's crazy with the flavors and the aromas, and every day with each couple to produce the cigars, checking by himself the quality. It's very great. So I need to say thank you for Art and thank you for Ostos and amazing guys, amazing factories. So it's part of the success, I think, for the quality, because I need to see the people, the cigar rollers in Mexico, happy people, happy workers, make a good cigars. I'm very happy with that.
We,
How
we,
could
we
you not
joke all the
be?
time, man, that you're always in a good mood, dude. Like every time we see you in
Always.
other interviews, if we're talking to you like by email, like, dude, you're always so positive. So I would imagine that like that's how you work with everybody too. And I would imagine that's how you keep like everybody that's rolling the cigars, everybody that's on your staff, man. So that's really dope, dude.
Oh, thank you. I need and I love to make that work. So, and I love to involve with people at the stores, with the sales people in the Casa 1910, with the exportation managers in another countries and importations. And I love to see to everybody, to say hi to everybody, and to talk about more about the Mexican tobacco, the Mexican farmers, and the North tobacco. So I I am in everything here. It's
What is the feedback been like when you're at PCA and you're introducing Mexican tobacco to everybody, not just San Andres? You're like, hey, dude, this is from the seed, everything. What has the feedback been like from your contemporaries, everybody that you work with, and your colleagues?
well, it's interesting, because a lot of people in the tobacco shops, the salespersons in the tobacco shops say it's very interesting to have a new brand, but more not regular, not common origin. For example, from
Yeah.
Mexico, Mexican cigars, it's not a regular option because I think in another two brands, the Torrent and Te Amo and Santa Clara. So if you can take another Mexican cigar,
Mm.
it's very interesting. I think like a Costa Rica right now, it's very interesting production, and well, and other countries. So the feedback is very great. Every people when I talk about or about our cigars, it's very good feedback because, like you say, it's different. No, it's just a Mexican Negro San Andres wrapper or binder. It's a Mexican cigar. So
Yeah.
it's interesting. And about our blends with Nicaragua and Dominican Republic, I try to show more the flavor and the aroma from Mexico and a little bit of Dominican or Nicaragua. Because when factories from Nicaragua or Dominican Republic uses the Negro San Andres wrapper, it's like the salt and pepper for that blend for another countries. But for the
Yeah.
blend of Carry Edition or Soldadera Edition, the tobaccos from Nicaragua or another countries, Dominican Republic, for example, it's the salt and pepper for the blend, for the
Mm.
recipe.
Yeah.
I think it's a little bit uh, game changer or different way to do the thing. So I because I need to show more flavor and more aroma from Mexican tobacco.
Definitely.
What was the first blend that, like you said, ah man, I got it. This is the one that, all right, we need to get Casa 19 rolling because this blend is it, man.
Well, it was the Cuchillo Parado, of course, but I made around more than 50 different blends to get a Cuchillo Parado blend.
Wow.
Because like the boxers, the first hit, it's
Yeah, yeah,
it's the for the memories. It's
yeah,
wow.
yeah, yeah. It's a psychological game,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, it's totally psychological. So I have one chance to get a good punch in the tobacco business. So I made a lot of different blends with different wrappers, different binders, different shapes, and in one point I was totally crazy, insane, because I say I don't know what's next. I made
Yeah.
40 different blends, and I say,
Oh, right. How do you follow that?
what did I do? If I made five, I choose by between five, but I have more than 40. And I choose a three different, and I make some change in the difference, so I get more than 50 different blends to get the Cuchillo Parado. So it's around 2 months, 2 months to get the Cuchillo Parado blend. So, and when I take the last three blends, I put in resting in my humidor for 2 months more to check the evolution. And when I taste after that 2 months, I take the option for one blend for the three of them. So it's very crazy.
Yeah. I wonder,
It's like
like,
you
after time, I wonder, like, after time, how Mexican tobacco, like, ages, like a Puro, because, like, Cubans, you can age them for a very long time. They'll still be very good. Dominicans, same thing. Nicaraguans, I've seen, like, cases of those aging out more quickly. So I wonder, like, in the long run, how will this, like, Cuchillo Prado smoke, like, 5, 10 something years from now? And it remains to be seen as far as, like, a Puro goes anyways, right?
Yes. Well, like you say, each country, each origin, it's totally different about the flavor, the aroma profile, the terroir, the construction. It's all different
Yeah.
and different
Yeah.
nicotine levels. So each cigar depends directly to the strength, to the power of the nicotine, to make a long-term aging or less. So, for
Yeah.
example, the Cuchillo Parado, it's very great between 2 years to 4 years. Okay,
Okay.
at 2 years, it's a very good spot. In my experience, the cigars have a proper two different pines or high levels to perfect
Yeah.
consumption time. So for cigars, I think really it's two times. But the first one is the best one. The second one is the last chance to get a very great cigar. So the second one for Cuchillo Parado, it's at 2 years, 2 to 3 years. The Tierra
Yeah.
Blanca, for example, it's more because it's more nicotine strength, so it's
Stronger.
between 3 to 5 years to get the
Okay.
perfect time of consumption. But for
Yeah.
example, San Petrina is between 3 to 4. Um, La Coronela, you can take for 6 to 8 years in a good
Yeah.
long term because it's very complex. And for example, the Lucero, maybe you can get 5 to 6 years.
Yeah.
And remember, when the perfect spot for consumption pass, the flavor profile and the strength decrease a lot of time. But
Yeah.
you can taste, for example, I have Cuchillo Parado from 5 years ago, and it's very great. It's not you cannot you never feel the strength, like not medium, actually mild. They're totally mild cigar,
Yeah.
but it's a very good expression for in the morning.
Yeah.
Right,
Absolutely.
yeah.
I'd
I
say
totally agree.
I'd say like I probably got this cigar maybe like 2 years ago at most. And I'm at like this is from that batch, and this is the best one I've had so far. It's very like floral, getting like some honey sweetness on there.
I love that.
I don't know if
man. That's my cigar.
I don't. I think because I'm
wait.
drinking coffee, because I'm drinking coffee, I can't taste the tea, but it just could be my palate. But this is the best one I've had so far. This is very good, very good, man. But Manolo, I have to say, man, going to the show this year, I didn't think you went. Like I saw the 1910 booth. I was like, where the heck's Manolo at?
Couldn't
Something's
recognize
changed, Manolo. Something changed, man.
I don't joke, but I count from the one day before for the PCA. I count 63 person that not recognize me between.
I did it. No.
Yeah. Every time I have the count. Hey, 40, 41, 42. It's amazing. In the trade show, in the cigar lounge, or the Paris, on another events, nobody. And actually, I have two persons that asking me, hello, you're here from Casa 1910? Yeah.
Where's Manolo?
Where's Manolo? Okay, this is my badge. I'm Manolo. Yeah, I'm the same guy. No, yeah, yeah, I know the mustache and the beard. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, dude. That was like a trademark for a while, man. You were like James Harden. Everybody knew you by the mustache and the beard, dude.
I know. Maybe the mustache back, but I don't know if this year, because in this year I have a work in progress with my person, so I need to change the game. So when I get that goals, the mustache back.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, it was so funny. Like when I realized it, I was like, "That's him." What? It blew my mind a little bit, but I was able to like put two and two together. But so when talking about your cigars, you like to pair them with something else from Mexico, tequila. Do you guys have your own tequila, or do you just or are you just more of like a connoisseur, like the pairing?
Well, yes. Every cigar for Casa 1910 pairs with a perfect drink. For example, for you, Lucero, the perfect drink for that cigar, it's a Speyside single malt Scotch whiskey. Between 12 to 18 years old, it's the best option to pair. And for example, the San Petrina fits perfect with a Dominican rum, precisely Matusalem. It's a very good option. Matusalem, 15 years age, 18th, or the XO. It's amazing to pair that cigar. And the Cuchillo Parado, when I find the correct blend, I taste the blend and I make my proper sheets about the tasting. I take the flavor notes, the sensation in the plate, the sensation in the nose, the flavor profile, the strength profile, and I find the correct expression for good pairing in the first part, the second part of the last part of the cigar. I made my notes and I say, okay, this cigar fits perfect with tequila, for example. Okay, but tequilas have silvers, gold, reposados, añejos, extrañejos, and other kinds. So I say, for example, in the Cuchillo Parado, okay, the first part it's with reposado, and the last part añejo or extrañejo. But when I say tequilas, reposado, I never say all of them, all of the brands, because each brand is totally different. So when I think in a pair, I think a proper brand. For example, the Cuchillo Parado fits perfect with Reserva de la Familia, Reposado, and the last part with Extrañejo, Reserva la Familia. But I have another tequilas in my mind for that cigar. For example, Fortaleza, it's another amazing tequila for that cigar. Um, I think well, a lot of different brands. So in each country, when I go to the pairing event, I check which tequilas you can get in that country, and I say the different pairings options with the disposition in their market. So uh, actually in US, for example, it's by states, because not in all of the states you can get the same tequilas. So I need to check, for example, in Total Wine or in other big stores in different states. I check what tequilas are there, so to express a different pairings. So it's my proper way to see the pairing between the complexity in the cigar. You need complexity in the drinks.
Hell yeah.
Coffee, tea, cocktail, or spirits, it's different complexity. So you need the same level of complexity and a different kind of pairings. You can get a proper companion, or you can get a proper versus. It's interesting too, or a regional pairing. For example, a Cuban cigar with a Cuban rum is not necessarily okay, because not the cigars never get a first perfect with a mojito, for example. But it's regional. It's for the party, for the moment. It's not necessary or strictly, oh, I need to feel if the cigar is, for example, bitter, you need a sweet in the drink. Not necessary. So you can get a different good pairings. It's because I never say I all of tequilas with my cigars. No, each cigars has a proper pairing, and not strictly, because if you don't like the bourbon, you can take another kind of a spirit, of another kind of drink. So depends for the palate. But my suggested pairing, it's in the box. It's on the box. The pairing suggested. So Jilguero with bourbon, for example. Tierra Blanca with extra añejos tequila. Cuchillo Parado reposados. Lucero with Speyside. And La Coronela with cognac. So, but it's not strictly. It's my suggestion.
Yeah.
I love it. Love everything that I just heard.
I figured you was digging that, Michael.
Oh yeah. I mean, we paired. We did the Reserva La Familia when we did our interview. Like, we had a good time.
And so, like, at this point, Manolo, do you have like any aspirations to come out with your own tequila, or is it something that you just want to leave to the masters and focus on cigars? Like what's your kind of mindset there?
Well, I'm the blender for Casa 1910 and co-founder for Casa 1910. So we show the brand in 2021. We work in Casa 1910 for more years for that. So my focus right now it's Casa 1910 cigars.
Yeah.
Definitely, I prefer to make a good relationships with a good factories. For example, Reserva La Familia. And right now it's my focus. Produce a
Yeah.
good cigars, make a better blends every time to increase my knowledge about tobacco every day. So it's because I travel a lot to Veracruz, to Dominican Republic, to Nicaragua, and not just for the production, to know more about tobacco, uh,
To learn,
to
yeah.
to to learn more about the harvesting process, the curing barn process, because our next goal is to take our proper factory with our proper cigar rollers to produce our proper cigars. So that process or that step in the brand, it's huge effort, it's huge knowledge to put in the in the production. So I need to focus on Casa 1910 right now. And I don't say never because
Yeah.
I don't know tomorrow. Maybe we can make a very good tequila or mezcal or I don't know. But definitely, if I made another thing from the spirit business, for example, it's one thing to pair with cigars. Definitely, it's necessary.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. Once again, speaking Michael's language.
Absolutely.
Yes.
I got to do a sidebar really quick, man, just because you got the Alvarez hat on. So y'all got Marquez, you got Beretta, you got fantastic Mexican boxers. But Alvarez is about to go up against one of my favorite boxers of all time in Crawford. I think I know the answer, but who you pulling for with Alvarez versus Crawford, man?
Well,
Brief.
can you hear me?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
could.
No, we
Yeah,
hear
you
you.
good.
Sorry. Well, a cigar like Alvarez. Hmm. Good question. Good question. But I don't know. I need to make a new blend with a lot of punch. With a lot of strength. Hilguero, it's a good expression because you have the very good flavors and aromas from the Negro San Andres and the power for the Nicaraguan tobacco in the filler. Um, but now I think the Tierra Blanca it's a very good expression because that blend it's very interesting because you have the same seed, Negro San Andres, filler, binder, and wrapper. But at the end of the day, you have five different tobaccos. Okay, because I take from different floor plants tobacco leaves for the same plant, but all growing in the same farm, but from different times in the weather. For example, the ligero and the seco, the most powerful flavor and the most powerful strength in the leaves, it's from the dry season. Okay, it's growing on the dry season, and the volado for the filler, the combustion leaf, the binder, and the grapper, it's growing in the raining season. So you have two different seasons in the same cigar, five different tobaccos from the same seed from the same farm in the blend. It's interesting, I think. So I think from Casa 1910, the Canelo Alvarez is a Tierra Blanca right now.
I heard that, man. Who you pulling for versus Canelo Alvarez versus Terrence Crawford? You got to pick between the two.
Well, I think the Teniente Angela from Soldadera. It's a little bit spicy.
No. I mean the
From
actual boxers. I mean, like the next fight is coming up in December. It's going to be Canelo Alvarez versus Terrence Crawford.
oh, I
You
get
got
it,
to
I get
pick.
it. Sorry.
No, you're good, man. That was great though. That was good.
Yeah.
Mm, well, uh, I'm in Canelo team, so all my coins,
Always.
Yeah.
all my
Who was your
money.
favorite? Who was your favorite Mexican boxer of all time? You have a favorite? Like you got
Has to be Chavez. Has to be senior.
Chavez,
Has to be
Chavez,
senior, man. Oh, for
Chavez.
sure. Oh, for sure.
Herrera's nice too.
He's
though,
one of my
man.
favorite boxers of all time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
true.
definitely. Chavez is amazing.
Nah, you can never be mad at that,
Yeah.
man. Never be mad at
The
that.
Sweet Pea fight, the Sweet Pea Whitaker Chavez senior fight was just insane. Freaking insane.
Those are two masters, man.
Yeah.
Two technicians.
Yeah, that's cool. You're into boxing, man. It's like, across the board in Mexico, I think boxing's like, other than soccer, other than football, it's probably like the most popular sport, right?
Yeah, it's because in Mexico, in certain parts of Mexico, we like a Mexican, you need to make two things very great: fight and run. you know, all the Mexicans
Makes sense.
fight or run. So we have an amazing football players or very good boxers.
Dude,
Definitely, man.
I love it. That's so good.
Some of the best chins in history. Some of the best chins in history. Mexican boxers, man.
That's
Just like
awesome,
steady. Yeah, fuck, like rocks.
They're not gonna stop. They're
Throwing
gonna keep
rocks.
coming.
And
Yeah,
actually, the best schools of or the best sources from recognizable good boxers, it's a most ugly part of the Mexico City. It's called Tepito. So Tepito, in a lot of years, it's the dangerous part of Mexico City. If you go there, go out from there. So, but it's the best part of to know the best boxers. But Canelo Alvarez is from my city, Guadalajara. So, but a lot of boxers from Mexico, it's from there, from Tepito. So it's a legend part of Mexico. Right now, you can go there and take some tacos and same some micheladas with a big jar of beer with lemon salt and other shit. But it's very, very secure in the over part. So it's very great place.
Does Alvarez smoke your cigars?
I don't know. We
should.
We give to the team a few boxes, but I don't know
Nice.
because Canelo it's a sportman, but I don't know if he drink a beer and tequila, maybe he tastes
Yeah.
one time my cigar.
Yeah.
Yeah, throw a
I
cigar
hope
in
so.
there.
I hope so.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Yeah, if like, you see boxers coming out with their own cigars like Tyson, he just came out with the Gurkha one. Like, it shouldn't be taboo for for an athlete to smoke a cigar. It shouldn't be, in my opinion.
I really can say I swim a lot of years in my life when I be young, and right now I back to swim from January, and I smoke a few cigars per week, and I don't have problems. I don't have problems with my inspiration and my exhalation. My sport because I swim a lot. I swim 1 hour and a half per day.
Yeah.
So I never I feel my arms maybe tired, but my lungs and my respiration I don't have troubles with that.
Yeah, it's just
Never.
like, you don't inhale. You don't inhale cigars,
Yeah.
people. Like I run. I run every other day. I run like 4 miles every other day. It's like I don't have any issues. If I smoke cigarettes, that may be different. But since I smoke cigars and don't inhale, no respiratory issues. Nothing like
I
that.
still run as fast as Cat Williams. Well,
Oh
a
yeah.
little bit taller though.
Yeah, I have a couple of friends that crazy guys made in the Ironman competition, or the Spartan race is another very interesting competition. But the Ironman is a legend. But that crazy guys smoke cigars and make the proper trainings and make a very good Ironmans races.
Yeah,
So
Yeah.
yeah.
I never see the problem. Of course, if you're a smoker, maybe you can have less power for a proper sport
Training.
that the
Yeah.
not the smoker. I think
True.
definitely
I'm not
because
saying that anybody is on the same level, but I generally feel as though that if Michael Jordan can smoke one before a game and then after a game and then play golf smoking one and then smoke
Yeah.
another one before the game, like chances are you're going to be
And
okay.
then,
yeah.
and then drop 55 on the Knicks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
None of us are in there dropping 55.
Michael
on
Jordan is
Reggie and
one of the
Pacers,
million.
but yeah,
Right.
like
When you're not smoking
True.
your cigars, what other cigars are you smoking, Manolo? Is there other brands or other cigars that you really love and that you smoke?
I think you have a one chance to live in this world with your proper capacities for taste, flavors, aromas. Take a proper good moment. Take a good moment. So I think when you die, and that's it. So you have just a couple of weeks. You have just a couple of moments to smoke cigars. So it's because I love to taste all different cigars from around the world. For
Yeah.
example, I have here right now in my trip, in my short trip here in Veracruz, for example, I have new samplers for my blends, of course. I need to taste
Yeah.
a couple of Cuban cigars right now.
Nice.
Nice.
Diplomático's
I
nice.
see a Zeno
Partagas,
too.
Diplomáticos,
Yeah.
entre
Q Dorsey.
Yeah.
Sino Nicaragua, for example, the Gordo.
Yeah,
There you go.
like
Yeah.
that one.
And well, that's it that I have right now with myself for this weekend, for today and tomorrow. And Monday I have more in the factory, but uh, depends of the moment. If you have one time with take a beer with a couple of friends to talk shit, so maybe the Sino is very great because I don't need to take a lot of focus in the cigar. I need to take a smoke. Easy,
Yes.
easy.
Passive.
So
Yeah.
the Sino, it's a perfect option for this time, for example. So to
Yeah.
take a good beer, chat, and the cigar smoke. But another time when I need to focus in the cigar, I definitely take the Coronela from Casa 1910 with different pairing options, and maybe I can have a chat, but more my focus is in the cigar. But
Yeah.
depends the moment. Definitely.
Yeah. So typically, if you're smoking for, if you're not smoking your own brand and you're smoking for your own enjoyment, you kind of gear towards Habanos, towards Cubans.
No, I have for different countries.
Okay.
Yeah, right now, for in my collection, I have for a lot of countries. I think Puerto Rican, Colombian, Brazilian, Argentina, Canarias from Spain, and Dominican Republic, of course, Honduras, of course, Mexico, and other brands of Mexico. Yeah, different countries. I smoke
Dude.
different countries, and it's very funny because I don't buy a cigar from a lot of a couple of years ago because when I
Yeah.
go to PCI, for example, different friends give me the new cigars and I have with me and I put in resting for 1 month or 2 months and I don't choose which one. I open my humidor, say, this, take it in my humidor, and I go, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
because I love the surprises. Because if every time I choose my cigar, maybe I put my hand in one side every time, because but I don't choose more kilograms or more that. No, I have different origins and different strengths, but I of course I have my preference. I have my best ones. For example, my strength it's medium. For my time smoke, I prefer mediums
Yeah.
or medium to mild. And strength when I eat a lot, if I need something to clean my palate, maybe a very good strength with a good pairing, it's a good option. For example, the Partagas, and I choose more like the strength that the brand, or the origin. I choose
Yeah.
the
That
strength.
makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. You said Argentinian. I didn't know that they grew tobacco and that they produce cigars.
Yeah, in the north part of Argentina, they produce a lot of tobacco from local consumption for pipe, and some crazy guys produce tobacco from the proper cigars, but it's very rare. Yeah, it's
Okay.
very rare. Yeah.
It's not something that you can like I can look up online or whatever. It's like very regional to their location, just like custom rolls essentially.
Yeah, like Peruvian tobacco. It's now it's more easy to get a few different, but in the past year you never can find some from Peru, for example. But
Yeah.
now it's interesting, and Costa Rica, it's from 5 years ago when the cigars from there it's increased the expression in different countries. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, a lot of friends in when I say I don't know in Germany in the Intertabac, we uh, change the cigars. Yeah, one to Mexico, from another one from Brazil, and it's interesting. And well, when I receive friends in Mexico City, uh, same too, same too. It's
Yeah.
very interesting to taste a different expression for different countries. It's amazing. It's because in my first recommendations for new cigar smokers is never enclose in one region or one brand. Taste everything, for God.
Everything.
Taste
Yes.
Yeah.
everything. Short ones, medium ones, ring gauge, big ring gauge, small ring gauge, mild, medium, huge strength. Taste everything. You get a lot of deception, but you
Yeah.
get a lot of surprises and a lot of new loves. So you need to taste everything. If you love the
Yeah.
tobacco, you need to love the tobacco for which country it is.
Yeah. Do you,
And that's
I
really
don't think so. I was I don't think in any of your blends that you have any Honduran tobacco in them. Correct? Do you
No,
have any aspirations or do you have any desires to work with Honduran tobacco?
of course, of course. Honduras, and actually, I have um, three different origins right now for a good focus. For example, one is Honduras, another one it's part of Nicaragua, but Condega. Condega has a very good tobaccos, but not a
yeah.
lot of tobacco factories or a lot of brands uses the proper Condegas. Uses a lot of Estelí, Jalapa, or Metepe, but not a lot of Condegas. And maybe a new origin from Mexico, because when you heard about Mexican tobacco, it's Veracruz, San Andres, Tuxtla. But we have another place very near from here, Chiapas or Guerrero. That guy's harvesting a very interesting tobaccos. So I made right now. I work on different experiments with that tobacco from another states from Mexico, and I need to check, of course, the source and the proper regular production, but right now it's very interesting. The finds, very
Nice,
interesting.
man.
Yeah.
Nice.
When will your next cigar be released?
Now the next ones in this year is Terra Blanca in Robusto, El Ébano in Toro Extra 6x54, and the Ébano Robustos 5x50. And another one, it's a new brand that we call Mex Cigars. Mex Cigars, it's the name of Mexico and cigars. I put together, so
Next
Mex
cigar. Yeah,
Cigars.
yeah.
And it's two different blends right now, all Mexican puros in toros, 6 by 50, 52. But this is a more ent- affordable cigar,
Okay.
and it's very good tobacco, very great tobacco, but it's not with 6 to 8 months resting. It's for 3 months resting after be rolled, and different kind of tobaccos and fermentation and aging time. So the inspiration around behind the Mexicars is a proper volcanic terroir, because in the valley of San Andres Tuxtla we have around from the state 7 different inactive volcanoes. So in a lot of years, that volcanoes put a lot of minerals in the soil. So the terroir is very volcanic and mineral and organic material. So it's spicy, it's sweet, and the flavor it's more round flavor feel, creamy
Okay.
sensation.
Oh, nice.
So
Yeah, sounds like a nice
uh,
blend.
Sounds
and
good.
that blends the inspiration. It's a proper volcanic terroir and the Mexican cuisine. For example, I don't know if you can hear before about mole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
the mole it's a huge salsa with a lot of spices and nuts and chocolate too. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
the next blend it's very inspiration in the Mexican flavors cuisine with chile, mole, and
Yeah.
different aromas for the charcoal. The charcoal, the smoky sensations. So
Yeah.
the proper inspiration in the Mexicars, it's a Mexican cuisine with the volcanic terroir, and so it's very interesting cigars. And we released that cigars on we ship that cigars to US in the final week of August.
Okay.
Nice,
What are you
man.
pairing? What are you pairing your mesh cigars with? I know you probably already got a nice pairing with that.
The releases it's with 2 different blends. One of them it's Habano Mexican Habano wrapper,
Okay.
and another one it's a Negro San Andres Colorado Maduro wrapper. So it's a different way to see the Mexican tobacco with different wrappers and different flavors. So the Habano Mexican wrapper maybe it's with a good old fashioned, for example, more easy, or maybe amber beer, like I don't know, a very good amber. It's not dark beer. It's not blonde.
Satire. New Belgium.
And the Colorado, it's more for mezcal, for example.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't say a lot of the pairings with Mexicars because it's more easy smoke. It's more easy to understand the flavors, the aromas, and the expression. It's more easy to get and more easy to make a good pairings.
Nice, man.
So, what do you think with the cuchillo parado?
It's good, man, and it's finishing well too. It's
I'm about to light it up.
like I remember first having this cigar. It was just very earth dominant. That's the predominant flavor I got. Now it's, I don't know, it's kind of opened up, like a lot more honey sweetness. Like I don't know about I can't get the tea. I'm not getting the tea. Is what it is. I think because I'm drinking coffee with it, but it's more like, you know, just a floral spice to it, which kind of reminds me of habanos a little bit in that regard.
Yeah.
Good. It's very good, very enjoyable, man.
Yeah, you mentioned having 2 years being a good age for it. So I let one up I pulled a Roger and I started smoking 2 different cigars.
I was wondering if you
Simultaneously.
I liked it, man. It's good. I liked it a lot.
This is my favorite. Easy.
Are you tasting the Cuchillo Parado and the Lucero, or which ones?
Yeah, those two. Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
2 different strains, totally
cigars.
different.
Oh, completely different. Yeah.
Great.
I love this cigar from the start, man. This is my favorite that you make, man. Like hands down.
My personal favorite is a San Petrina, the one that you just smoked. That's my personal favorite.
Yeah, I enjoy that a lot too.
For sure.
It's very I don't know. It's just such a flavorful Connecticut cigar, and I just been going through like for probably like the last like year and a half. I just been going through a Connecticut phase, and that San Petrina, that thing, and once again, all the ones I've had, perfect construction, very tightly packed. You'd think maybe that there would be draw issues because it's so tightly packed, but never the case. Always a great draw. The ash is super compact, super, you know, just stacking dimes. It's a great experience each time I've had it. It's a very good cigar, man.
It's very interesting with San Petrina. When you say this, the Connecticut wrapper, you expect a very mild cigar with the Connecticut, but remember,
Spice.
the wrapper and the end, it's just a dress of the cigar.
Yes.
It's the dress. Of course, put a lot of flavor, sensations in the mouth and aromas, but it's not the strength, that is not the flavor, the proper flavor for the cigar. Maybe it's between to the 5% to the 50%, maybe for the 20% in the experience, but that's it. And when I make that blend and I show the blend with Jamie and Serge and another advisors for the blends, I say advisor because when I make a blend, I share with the different masters, my teachers.
Mm-hmm.
I share my blend, and I need your feedback. Please smoke it. I need your feedback, and everyone send me a proper feedback, and all of them say, "Are you pretty sure to make a cigar with Connecticut?" Of course, they love the blend, but a lot of people say, "Really, with Connecticut? Are you sure?" Because the specs for the cigar smokers, it's with Connecticut, mild, not a lot of flavor. It's just a smoke to smoke. But they say, yeah, why not? Because if I made Cuchillo Parado with Mexican Sumatra, why not? I made a good cigar with Connecticut wrapper. So
Yeah.
it's a good surprises for the life. And when I made the blend for San Petrina, I choose the filler and I choose the binder, but the wrapper, it's very hard to find. So I tried with different wrappers in Tabacalera La Isla, and one chance I show the quantity of the tobaccos in the table, just the wrappers, and Hostos, and the manager for the factory says, "Which one, Manolo? Which one? Which one? We have 25 different wrappers here. So which one? Crazy." So I taste different, and I say the Connecticut fits perfect because that Connecticut don't put a lot of flavor. You can feel the binder, you can feel the filler, the proper filler, the flavors and aroma, and not a lot of the wrapper. It's amazing. That's amazing.
I agree.
Because if I put Negro San Andres, the Negro San Andres is in your nose every time in the smoke, and you cannot feel the flavors from the filler, or the aromas from the filler totally. You can feel the Negro San Andres, in the nose, but not the filler a lot. So it's because I put the Connecticut, not put maybe the 5% or the 8% of the experience for the flavors and aromas, and the 92% for the binder and the filler. So it's the reason that I use the Connecticut in the San Petrina.
And it's like, I think we're just in cigars in general. We've reached a point to where, you know, at least the nerds, at least guys like us who are all on the screen, cigar nerds, you know, we come to a point to where we can expect a Connecticut to have a lot of flavor. You know, it's not just like Macanudos. It's not just like, you know, just a very laissez-faire Connecticut. Like, there are Connecticut's out there that have flavor that like are actually, you know, they could be the prime, they could be the main entree for the night. You know, it's not just a filler, you know. So the San Petrina fits that mold, because there's been, you know, a few other Connecticut's that have been just like standouts for me, and that's one of them. Just because it's not your typical Connecticut, it's not your grandfather's Connecticut, you know.
You get the spice, you get the sweetness on the back end of it, man, and lingers for a minute. It's excellent, dude.
Yeah.
Yes. I never say it's the best Connecticut cigar. No. Depends for the moment. If you need a good Connecticut just for sweet flavor and aroma, maybe you can get the how is the name for Rocky Patel, the 22 Connecticut. It's a green label with Connecticut wrapper. It's a Robusto and a Gordo. I think it's a 22 or something, the name of the cigar. And it's a very great for the middle day cigar with a couple of calls, smoke, easy, or the Gordo with a golf play. You need to put your attention in the drink. Oh, sorry, in the golf, not the drink. On the golf,
yes.
not of the cigar. You know, not of the cigar. So it's every cigar is a perfect time of consumption, and I love the San Petrina, for example, with beers with your friends before the barbecue. So I love the cigar for that. Very good chat, a good beer on a good rum or old-fashioned rum. I love the old-fashioned rum with San Petrina, and good talk and good smoke. It's like a perfect moment. Perfect moment.
Yeah. With getting in the industry and starting your own brand, what's been the biggest challenge? Like, is it the blending process? Is it the packaging? Is it the distribution? Like, from your perspective, from what you've experienced so far, what's been the biggest hurdle to overcome?
Like a new brand, each process is that pain in the ass. in the good way. Because, okay, we have the idea to make a good cigar brand from Mexico. Okay, good. The name. Choose the name. Oh, we take 1 year to take a proper name for the brand. When I have the name, the logo, the colors, it's another year. So to form or to create the branding for Casa 1910, it's 2 years. 2 years with professionals, with a proper office with professionals. All the co-founders have a proper idea, and all of our minds put the different ideas in the table to make it the name, to make the branding. So, and after that, Manolo, the blend. Wow, huge work.
Yeah.
And when we have the boxes, another case, the rings, all of the process, but at different times, you know. When we make the first exportation from another country, no man. I don't wish to anybody that pain for the logistic part. Each country is different. Each country has a different laws, warning labels or non-warning labels. and you cannot make the same box for each country. So
Wow.
a lot of different troubles, a lot of,
Yeah.
and actually to sell our cigars here in Mexico, it's four different warning labels with different times, and the warning labels change everything, change the color, change the photo. I don't know if you can see one time the proper warning labels from Mexico. In Mexico, the cigar boxes or the cigarette boxes has, for example, a guy with the tubes, or maybe
Yeah.
the cut for the long operation, or
Yeah.
a foot without the fingers, or a kid like this. So awful, so awful. But
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
every
horrible.
it's horrible, and it's horrible. And for example, the top of the box, you need to put the warning labels in a
Yeah.
40% of of the box, but 100% in one side and 100% in the bottom. So it's horrible,
Yeah.
horrible. So
All
and
that time designing a box, and then you just gotta slap a label on top.
yeah, if you show the box in the tobacco shop, you need to put the warning label inside
Oh
too.
my gosh.
So it's horrible. So every step in one time it's different. For example, when we have a proper distribution deal in US or Europe, okay, we have the cigars in other country, yes, but open the store, go to the store, convince the people, the owner, to get my cigars, to put um to put faith in the brand, to sell the cigar. So it's very stress. It's funny, but it's a lot of pain. It's a lot of pain
Yeah.
because every invoice, every all of that, it's a lot of trouble. It's a lot of
I'm
Yeah.
trouble.
glad you talk about that side of it. I don't think a lot of people see how much effort and passion that you have to put into just making the boxes. And then once you get that done, now you got to get them in stores. You got to talk to people. You got to get them to smoke your cigars. You got to get them to feel like, hey, we can sell this along with Davidoff and Arturo Fuente and these brands that have these names that have been established for decades. You know what I mean? So I'm glad you actually talk about that, man. That it's not just like, hey, we make the cigars and everybody's gonna buy them. It's not that easy.
Yeah, is for example, when I go with new customers, and I say, okay, the cuchillo parado, the cost it for the stores is $15, and when I don't say California, because California it's another level, or New York it's another level, but
Yeah.
in all of the states of the most bigger part of America, it's $15, and it's it's not the easy cigar to buy. It's not an easy cigar to buy, but that cigar have a lot of work before or behind each label, and it's the proper cost for the cigar, because the Cuchillo Parado has 5 years tobacco age before be rolled. Every leaf has 5 years. 5 years when the money in tobacco it's totally stuck. 5 years. So we made the cigars and we put for 6 or 8 months after more. So it's from the seed and it's to the store. It's a lot of efforts. It's a lot of steps, a lot of people, a lot of hands behind every cigar.
Yeah.
So I talk for Casa 1910. I don't talk for another brands, but a lot of brands has the same or more effort in each cigar. So uh, when you take the cigar, where all brands really think about all the people behind each tobacco.
Yeah.
So I'm here in Japan, and Japan is known for their food. The sushi, okonomiyaki. Go down the line. Before they sit down to eat, They say itadakimasu. And itadakimasu is basically to say thank everyone for all the hands, for the animals, for the plants, everything that went into making your dish. Because they're looking at, it's not just when you get the food on your plate, it's not just the chef that made it. It's the people who brought it to the store. It's the people who were chopping the food. All of that stuff goes into actually making the dish. And it sounds like it's the same thing with cigars. There are hundreds of hands that touch that cigar before it goes into the box. And I'm just glad that you're telling everybody about how much effort that goes into making these cigars, man. Like it's not just one cigar. It's not just one person. You're not the only person that's making that cigar.
Yeah.
That's it. And for example, a lot of brands or a lot of people, we talk about, oh yeah, the cigar roller, the blend, and the farmers maybe, but not a lot of people talk about the people who put the ring and put the cigar in cellophane in each cigar and put the barcode. And when I take a seat sometimes with that girls, because in Casa 1910 it's just a women to take the labels. Okay, so it's not, if you had my cigar in your hands, the people who put the label check the cigar and choose the best face for the cigar to to show
Mm.
to show the seal in front of the cigar.
Yeah.
It's not I take the paper and I take the cigar and pam pam pam, yeah, and I put them. No, you take the cigar and you need to check the perfect shape, the perfect facial to the cigar, and put the label to show in that part. And this is
Yeah.
one ring. The second ring, it's 1 millimeter from the another one. So take the perfect time, check the put. So, and you need to put and dry the glue in the label. So
Hmm.
when the cigar is dry, that people put the cigar in the cellophane, but you need to put the correct face in the correct face on the cellophane, and you need to have a lot of careful. You need to be very careful, because if you put the cigar in the cellophane rude, maybe you move the rings. So a lot of times happens, the person put the cigar in the cellophane, the ring that. So it's, you need to take the cigar again, to put the ring again, and to put it dry, and put again the cigar in the cellophane. So it's a lot of work. It's a lot of effort to each
Yeah.
process. To each process.
I'm glad you take that time, man. It shows in the construction of the cigar. It shows in the presentation. Your boxes are beautiful. You got bright colors, and it's simple. It's it's
Gorgeous
drawing everybody
boxes.
to it. It's gorgeous boxes,
Yeah.
man. So like all of those meticulous details matter, man. I'm just glad you take the time to put all of that effort into your cigars and your work, man. It's cool.
Thank you. I'm very glad to
John, what
hear
up,
that.
man?
What's up, guys? How y'all doing? Sorry I'm late to the party.
Hello, John.
Hey, Manolo. Nice to meet you. Thanks for joining us.
Nice to meet you too.
Lighting up.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a beauty.
San
That's a
Petrina.
beauty, man.
Great.
Yep. So, when did you get into cigars, Manolo? Like, were you like in your early 20s? Like, and at what point did you decide to turn your hobby or to something that you liked into your business, into your livelihood? Like, where was that turn? When did you get into it, and when was that turning point to like jump in at like as a manufacturer?
Okay. Well, I'm an attorney. I study law in Mexico, but I prefer to be happy. So I prefer to be happy, and it's because my work is with the tobacco. But in when I study the school before the university, I work in some restaurant, and after that, when I accomplish 18 years old, I work in one bar, a small bar, garage band, if you need to say, very small, but my started for waiter, and a couple of months I passed behind the bar, and I know more about tequilas, bourbons, and spirits and cocktails, and I totally falling in love about the spirits and the mixology. And I take some courses or some trainings around administration of bar, cocktails, and different things about that. So after that, I take different certificates in spirits. But one time I say I need to learn more, and I go to Spain, and I learn about sommelier red wine, and it's about my 20s. But since my 18th, I smoke some cigars. But really, like all aficionado, like total rookie with matches, with sipos, with very cheap um, lighters, and cut with my teeth.
Yeah.
You know, like yeah, like very good rookie in cigars. But when I have 20s and I go to learn about Spain wine, one of my teachers offered me, share with me, a Cuban cigar with a coffee in the morning. And he explained to me how to cook properly, how to light properly, and how to smoke properly. And I definitely falling in love about tobacco. And I have two different ways: spirits or tobacco. And I take a third option. I make a third option, and I go to the middle, part and a part, and I go. That the teacher explained to me, and Manolo, if you need to learn more about tobacco, you need to go to the source. You need to go to Cuba, and you need to go from Mexico. Of course, you have Veracruz, so you need to go to learn more about tobacco there. And that teacher contact me to a lot of people in Cuba, and I take a trip, and I falling in love more. But in Cuba, I have one option to work with a Cuban brand from Rome, and I worked a couple of years with them, and I increased my knowledge about Cuban tobacco. And one job put me in another job with Habanos S.A., with Cuban tobacco company, Habanos S.A., and I worked like a brand ambassador and marketing manager from growing the market in Mexico. So
Nice.
I take a different courses in Cuba about tobacco, about the farms, about the fermentation process, about the blending process, about the different process, and they make a part. I be part in the tasting panels around the world with different new cigars from Cuba, and I know more, and I asking a lot with the master rollers in Cuba, with the factory managers in Cuba, and the farmers. So I make a lot of questions uh, with the friends, with the colleagues, with masters. With when I go to the factory, I am the most awful guy there, because I asking a lot. Why you
Yeah.
put the cigar like this? Why you make this thing like this? Or why
Yeah.
you put the leaves like this in this position? Why this temperature? So I'm the all the people when say me run because I'm Manolo's here. So
But you're a student though. That's the way you're
yeah,
supposed to do it, man. That's awesome.
yeah, and well, one thing go to the another thing, and when I study more in the tobacco, I'm studying in Nicaragua, in Nicaragua, and different factories in Dominican Republic in the Instituto del Tabaco, from Dominican Republic in the Instituto del Tabaco, the Cuban tobacco from the institute and two different areas in Cuba and in Mexico in different factories. And I'm falling in love more and more about the expression and about the moment, like the wine or like the whiskey. For example, I go to Scotland to live 8 months in Scotland to learn more about whiskey. So
Yeah.
that kind of crazy guy I am.
Yeah.
I
You
need to
love
be
it.
there. I need to put a lead or earth in my meals. I need to make. I put the plants in the floor. I make the fermentation process for myself because I need to learn about it. I need to feel that heat, that kind of sensation, the spicy sensation in your nose, in the curing barns. Everything counts in the knowledge. So yes, I am a master of Habanos. I have my diploma. I am a master cigar sommelier. I have my diploma, but that diploma is just a piece of paper. You don't put your boots in the soil, in the middle of the earth of the tobacco. You don't put your head in your clothes behind the rain in the valley in the farm. Why your experience?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, we
I
totally
know how
understand, dude.
I know how to roll a cigar. I very uh, Ho- what I'm very slow rolling a cigar, but I made a beautiful cigars too. I am better in the blending process, but I know how to rolling a cigar in the machine or a handmade. I am slow. I'm the most slow cigar roller, but I know how to make a
You know how
cigar.
to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How did you start blending? How did you get into the blending process?
Well, actually, in Cuba, I have a couple of times, well, more that for that, but I have to taste or how to know the process about the blending, um, because every leaf counts, every different the thickness in the leaf counts. For example, it's more thick or it's more tight. It's different flavor. Maybe from the same floor plant. Maybe if you can take the same leaf from the crown for the most close to the some part of the plant, the same
Hmm.
leaf, but different thickness, you can feel different sensations. So it's you need to start to taste different thickness, different shape, different color for the grapper, with fermentation, without fermentation, with middle fermentation. And I think in Cuba, it's my principal knowledge about the blending process. And after that, in Dominican Republic, yeah.
Okay. Do you have one favorite Habanos? One favorite Cuban cigar, Manolo?
I think I know what he's going to say.
Well,
Is it Ed Mudantes?
yeah.
Is it Ed Mudantes?
No, well,
Nice.
actually, yeah, Edmundo Dantes, um, 6 years ago, because right now it don't taste equal. It's very very
Okay.
mild right
Yeah,
now.
yeah, yeah.
It
Like
aged out.
It's a
original.
treasure. It's a treasure. The Conde 109 or the Conde 54. It's wow. It's amazing. But I think it's one of the best. And the second one, Edmundo from Monte Cristo.
Hmm.
Yeah. It's a
That's
very
Edmundo.
a
good
great
cigar.
stick.
Yeah.
Not the number two, the Edmundo.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. That's cool, man.
I'm still number two, but
I
great
I,
choice.
I mean, I've had amazing number twos. I've had like amazing Edmundos. They're if it has like the proper amount of age and it's like it hits, it could be freaking incredible.
The Torpedo one.
Yeah,
Yeah, the number two. Yeah,
Yeah, the Torpedo, it's not a Edmundo. It's because Montecristo have a different lines. It's a open, the Edmundo, the classic one, and the classic one it's number one, two, three, four. So the number two is a Torpedo, but it's not Edmundo. Edmundo is just a short Edmundo, Edmundo and Double Edmundo. But the
Yeah.
Edmundo is an amazing expression for the old classic taste for Cuban tobacco.
They're both
It's great.
fantastic, man. We totally agree with you, dude. Great choices.
hmm
Yeah, for sure.
Manolo, what's something about the blending process and the fermentation or just the making of cigars that most people don't understand, who like don't really know it?
Well, I think, mm, for example, uh, one thing, very important thing is the fermentation because maybe you can get a very young fermentation tobacco or mild or completely fermented. But maybe with your blend, need one leaf with a short fermentation, not completely. Maybe you need a little bit point of harsh in the filler in the blend. So I need to say not a long fermentation. It's the good fermentation for each flavor. Okay, because maybe you can take a very good tobacco with very long fermentation, and the tobacco don't taste nothing. You can feel nothing for that tobacco. But
Yeah.
maybe if you take the tobacco in short fermentation, I think, for example, the uh, an example, an average fermentation, it's around 40 days, for example, for Negro San Andres. But what kind of Negro San Andres? You have 2 weeks, and it's perfect to make a very interesting flavor profile. It's a very um, light thickness tobacco. But if you put
Hmm.
not 2 weeks, 4 weeks, that tobacco don't taste nothing. You don't have flavor and aromas. It's because when a lot of people say, "Oh, this cigar is just with 3 months fermented tobacco." Maybe it's the way to do the cigars. If you put that cigar in aging for 4 months, maybe you don't taste a correct flavor for the master blender to think. So depends for each blend or um, each brand. For example, Casa 1910 in Revolutionary Edition, I take 5 years aged tobacco, and maybe it's 40 days in a hard fermentation, and the rest for the 5 years it's just a long fermentation because the aging, static aging process, it's long fermentation. So I use in Cuchillo Parado, the filler and binder has 5 years of fermentation before we roll. Tierra Blanca, all tobaccos, wrapper, binder, and filler, it's 5 years aged tobacco or fermentation, long fermentation. But for example, with San Petrina, I have one tobacco with 3 years, and another with four, and another with five. So it's play with the flavors and the aromas in each cigar. For example, the Tierra Blanca and the Jilguero, the Gordo from Cabre Edition, Nicaragua, Mexico, and the Tierra Blanca, it's 100% made with Negro San Andres, has the same wrapper, Negro San Andres. But the Tierra Blanca has just one fermentation, one strong fermentation, and 5 years. Sorry, two fermentations for the Tierra Blanca, and the Jilguero, it's one fermentation. So it's different tasting, it's different flavor profile at the end. So it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work in the blending process and the fermentation because you need to play with the fermentation and the flavor, and it's a lot of work. And like I say, Cuchillo Parado takes me 50, more than 50 different blends to get the Cuchillo Parado.
Just get one. Right, right.
Yeah, and if you asking what happened with the another 49, it's on the trash. Well, I have
Hmm.
a few ones to taste, but I never use that blends because that blends are mistakes. Okay, so I never use that blends to make another cigar because for something, for one reason, I don't use that blend to show in the portfolio, to be a part in the portfolio. So
Yeah.
it's a lot of mistakes in the blending process.
If it's just so simple that it doesn't have just the right flavor, if it doesn't have the right strength, it's just not right for you. So you got to put that one aside. You just got to be okay with putting that other 49 aside for something that simple until you get it just right.
Yes. And for example, the Negro San Andres needs a lot of fermentation and a lot of aging, because if you don't put with a long aging, maybe the Negro San Andres smells like a cow shit. Yeah, like a barn. But
Manure, yeah.
the Maduro, if don't that Maduro has a proper fermentation process or proper aging, you can smell the shit. It's apple. But if you put a good fermentation, that tobacco, you can feel a proper barn, but not with animals, with a proper barn, with a proper hay, and it's more Maduro, maybe leather, and maybe chocolate, and maybe spices. So a more sweetness. So you can play with that.
How often are you traveling, man? You know, because you were saying that you're getting the cigars in stores. You got to talk to different people, representatives. How often are you traveling around the world to, to promote the cigar and to get it into stores?
Well, right now, in this year, we put different works. For example, Jamie, it's another co-founder. It's more for financial and sales. And Serge, it's more like marketing area. And myself, it's more from the ambassador and the production. But all of the team of Casa 1910, definitely we are a multitasking um, teammates. So now, from January to now, I take every month a couple of trips, for example, every month.
Yeah.
Right now, I'm here in Veracruz to make to check the new production and the production. And after here, I going to Arizona, I think, to some events there. And I need to go to Dominican Republic to check the another production, to check a new blends. And when I back, I need to check the new things for the next year for Casa 1810. So I need to make a new blends for Casa 1810 for the 2025. So it's a lot of work.
It's a lot, man. It's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, Enzo had a question here. Anything new coming from Casa 1910? If so, what's the history attached to the project?
Great question. Thank you, Enzo. So, well, what's coming? Like I said, Tierra Blanca in Robusto, El Ébano, the new part of Revolutionary Edition, El Orange Label cigar. It's El Ébano, Toro Extra, and Robusto. And that cigar, it's full strength cigar with tobacco, Mexican tobacco. So it's interesting. Tierra Blanca, it's medium to full, but the El Ébano, it's full, totally full. Interesting. And the Mexicars is another brand behind the name of Casa 1910 with two different blends with Habano Grapper, Mexican Habano Grapper, and Negro San Andres Colorado. So it's interesting cigars, interesting blends, medium to full strength cigars, very, very affordable cigars. And about Casa 1910, the story behind it's, well, first of all, Casa 1910 burn because we need to share the quality of the Mexican tobacco around the world. Not just wrapper, not just binder, fillers too. So we produce Casa 1910 cigars. And then another reason it's the proper share the Mexican Revolution history. Is because, for example, the Revolutionary Edition take a proper homage for each the principal barrels of the Mexican Revolution, the Revolutionary Edition, Cuchillo Parado, Tierra Blanca, and El Ébano. Cabre edition, the horses from the revolutionaries from Pancho Villa and Emiliano Zapata, because the horses, that horses, it was mixture of breeds, and Cabre edition is a mixture of leaves. So I made the blends of Casa 1910 with that expression and that idea.
Nice.
And the Soldadera, it's a proper tribute for the female warriors in the Mexican Revolution. So in the female warriors, the Soldaderas edition, it's a proper homage for different women who took part in that war, but active active part of the war. So the women, it's strength but elegance. It's because
Yes.
the Soldadera has the proper Dominican Republic, the elegance and the strength and the flavor from Mexican tobacco. So it's the homage or the tribute for that blends, and
Love it, man.
it's our idea to share different histories behind each cigar.
Mm. All
Really,
that.
Dude, that's so cool. That's so cool to hear.
really enjoying this one so far, man. It's really good.
Yeah, man.
I'm getting a lot of citrus. I don't know if that's normally what people get out of it, but I'm getting a lot of citrus.
Is that your first time having it? The Soldadera, the San Patrina?
Yep.
Nice, man. Yeah. Really dig that cigar. So I think this portion we're gonna do the guest segment for probably another 9 minutes or so, and then we'll let Manolo go because it's 2 hours is a big chunk of time.
Yeah.
But any question?
If I don't smoke, it's a lot of time.
Yeah, we're over
Right.
here holding you
Yes.
hostage, man.
But
So,
thank you, dude.
anybody? Yeah, thank you, Manolo. Anybody who has any more questions from Manolo, let's get them in then the next
Sure.
9 minutes or so. And yeah, because we, our show usually goes for our show typically goes for 3 hours, but it's like the guest segment, we want to be courteous of your time at the same time, Manolo. So
Yeah.
So anybody else have any questions from Manolo? Let's get them in, guys.
Or anything else you
Manolo,
want to plug?
anything else you want to plug? You talked about what's coming up, so that's we got that. Anything else coming down the pike to look out for?
Well, first of all, thank you so much for having me tonight. It's very important
Pleasure, man.
to share the my happiness about tobacco with you guys and Casa 1910 experience and Casa 1910 experience. It's like that with you guys and the guys who watch this show. Thank you so much for you and your time. And yeah, right now you can get the cigars in Cyprus. Yeah, you can get the cigars in Cyprus and Germany, Montenegro, Balkan area. So we have in Serbia. So we have a lot of, like I say, 18 different countries right now. You can get Casa 1910. So right now we have an amazing guy in the sales management in US. It's Steve. So it's an amazing guy. You can follow Casa Steve 1910 in Instagram. So if you know about one tobacco shop to need to get the Casa 1910 cigars, please put in contact with us, with Steve or myself, and I'm to be very very happy to contact them. And all of the questions and all of Casa 1910 cigars questions, please, you can follow me in Casa 1910 cigars, Casa 1910 MX in Instagram on all social media channels or my own social media handles. It's Manolo 1910 cigars. So I really try to be more active in all the platforms with Seagull Social, with Cigar Public, Instagram, Facebook, but it's very hard. It's very hard.
You're only one man, Manolo. You're only one man.
But if you send me a question, really, I take my time to answer that. So thank you so much for your time, for the invitation for this show. It's a really pleasure to share the time with your all of you guys, the guys who watch this online or offline. So thank you so much again.
Yeah,
No,
man.
dude, it
Manolo.
was a pleasure to have you on, man. We love
Yeah,
having
thanks for
people
coming
that
on.
are passionate about cigars, dude. You are that guy.
Yeah, man.
Like you love this whole process, man. We love having your knowledge. Thank you.
100%.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you.
You have a good evening.
All right.
Everyone go follow Casa 1910. See you.
I need to go to smoke. So thank you guys.
Yeah, my bad.
Enjoy, brother.
Thanks,
See you,
Manolo.
Manolo.
Man,
Nice.
he has a really really nice online presence too, like the Casa 1910 site and everything. Solid.
Yeah, absolutely.
I was
Very,
bummed out.
very. He has a good vision for his brand and his branding in
Yeah.
general.
You know?
Yeah, I'm sorry I missed it. He seemed like a really cool guest, really passionate about cigars. So that's good
Dude,
to see.
taking his time with each cigar, man. Taking his time, just how he's packaging and everything. I just love to hear people talk about their brand like that, man. That just makes me love it even more.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm glad he said to try the orange one after 2 years because it was a lot better this
Oh,
time
yeah?
around than the first time I smoked
Yeah.
it.
Nice.
I was not and that's part of the reason why I never was compelled to review it, because especially a small brand like Casa 1910 getting going, I don't want to throw shade at them. If I feel like it's not going to be a positive review, I'm not gonna I'm not gonna to go out of my way to throw shade on a growing brand. But now
great.
with that age, that cigar that I just had was worlds different.
Oh, yeah.
In a better way.
I think the only review that I have on my page is the Sempertrina. And when I smoked the Cuchillo Parado with him on the live, when we did our interview, it did taste better, but I'm also kind of going back and forth and trying to do the whole entire interview thing. So it's not like something that stuck out as I need to revisit it. But even smoking it now, I'm like, yeah, it's a follow up the Cavalry edition. It's fantastic.
Yeah,
So,
I dig
for
this
sure.
cigar, man.
you know,
I dig it from jump. I like this shit. It just like I was telling him, it's different. It's a different expression than than a lot of cigars that were out there, man. So it was a welcome change for me.
Yeah. And I felt bad because I didn't have another Casa 1910 on me to smoke. So I didn't announce it. I didn't announce it when I lit it up. So I just said, you know what? I'll get the closest thing I have, which is another cigar made at La Isla. Look at that, Peter.
Yeah.
Chinchale.
More floral
Another La
notes there.
Isla.
how is that Chinchale, by the way?
That's money, dude. It's money. I still need to find the one that you sent me, Michael. The one that's like a Rothschild edition, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I need to find that one.
Vertigo or whatever.
I think
it is,
I think I got one more.
Vertigo Cigar Lounge or whatever.
Oh man, what a good! You have to be a freaking nutter butter to not like the Chinchale. It's such a damn good cigar. Who the hell? You have to be a very, very special human being to not like this cigar.
We got Manolo off and immediately started talking shit. Here we go.
No more Mr. Nice Guy, man.
I'm having a look over here because I'm in a battle with a snake right now. He keeps coming in and out of my yard, but he keeps getting away.
Gotta go get
loud-ass snake.
that big knife.
I know, dude. My dog picked it up. I came out here and my wife was like, "Hey, can you go just keep an eye on them just in case the snake?" I haven't seen the snake in 3 days. I'm like, "It's fine." And then I was like, I might as well go out there. And as soon as I walk out, my dog darts over there, picks it up, starts just slashing. I was yelling at her because I'm afraid she's gonna get bit, by it. And I'm just like, I want to join the live stream. I want to take it. Anyway, she dropped it, and then I was about to hit it with a shovel, and it went off. So, anyways, I keep doing this because I'm making sure this thing's not coming up on me.
I don't think it's coming back after that, man. After getting ragdolled for a while.
Probably not.
They get
Like,
one
I'm
chance
stay
of
away from that,
relocation, and then they're permanently gone.
That's
every
right.
single time.
That's right, dude. Because I tried not doing it the first time. I did relocate it gently, and
Yep.
now it keeps coming back. I'm like, bro, I can't have you around, man. Can't
Nope.
do it.
I ain't dealing with that.
I have enough going on in my freaking life to have you bite my dog in its face or something.
Yeah.
I can't.
No vipers, no
I
vipers.
cannot handle that right now.
Yeah.
You have enough, dude, for sure. You have enough.
Yeah.
Fuck.
So anyways,
But have you guys heard of Mayflower?
No.
Have not.
Rest of it.
I don't think I saw them at the show. I have no blip on the radar of them.
I'll look into it.
Have not.
I'll look into it.
Yeah.
This San Petrino is really good, man. This is a really good Connecticut.
It's a good cigar.
enjoy that.
They all
I really
burn,
enjoyed that
like,
one.
stupidly well too.
Super
Like,
well.
Yeah.
Stupidly well.
Yeah.
La Isla, dude. La Isla.
What else does La Isla make besides this and the Chinchale? Is all the warp stuff coming out of La Isla?
No.
No, not all of it.
Everything made in the DR is La Isla, but they also use like what's that? Is that Room 101?
It's the Mayflower. That's a pretty dope ass band on that bad boy, man. I've never had that.
That's
cigar.
cool.
Oh, nice.
That's cool.
That's pretty
That's cool,
bad.
dude.
I dig that.
But yeah, warps. They use La Isla, they use Tabsa, and they use El Titan. I believe.
Oh,
I believe that's it.
That's right.
Mhm.
I forgot about Elton.
Mhm.
That's cool.
If they smoke like they
Yeah,
look, man, it's pretty solid. I've never seen that cigar before, man. It's pretty rad.
That's cool.
Yeah, I guess the Isla de Cocodrilo is coming out via La Isla. Warped.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Nice.
What the fuck? Looking forward to Alchemist 6.
Dude, dude, with my missing tooth, I'll put some camo on. I'll be Duck Dynasty all over
There
here.
you go.
Go to bed.
Show up
I
in
don't know
2 weeks with a snake fang.
That's the next thumbnail.
Oh god, yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I'll just have the
We've
snake
been on fire
mounted
with the thumbnails
behind
too.
It's just posted up.
it. Yeah. This poor snake, man. Thing's been through hell the last couple days.
Okay, I guess these are blends from Mayflower. The dusk was enjoyable. Dawn wasn't my cup of tea. Okay. So I'm thinking dusk is probably the Maduro or Habano. The dawn's probably like Connecticut, I'm guessing.
Looks like
Or a lighter
that's what I'm
shade.
looking at right now.
Yeah.
Yep.
DJ, you're
sure.
copying my background now.
I know, right? I got the kiddie pool though, so I'm nice and cool
Oh
outside.
yeah. You even have the green, dude. It's kind of like the pickle, you know.
Yeah, that's why I that's why
I was gonna say we gotta give him a pickle, yo.
before it didn't work
There
as
we go.
well, but there you go.
Just runs over the screen perfectly.
Yeah, it's like they're sitting next to each other.
Yeah.
It's the
We will-
same shade of brick and everything.
We will be sitting next to each other soon.
Yeah, July.
Really?
3rd. Yeah.
What's happening?
That's what's up.
Yeah, we're just doing a meetup July 3rd at the Fort Worth CI. Fred's coming, John, me, a couple other local
Nice.
guys. It'll be cool.
I didn't know Fred's coming. That's sick.
Yeah.
You guys should charge
that's
admission. You guys should charge fucking admission.
Well, I don't want to
There's
like
some stars out.
hit up CI and be like, "Hey, we're coming down," and then only 4 of us show up, and like, "Oh shit."
Yeah,
That's
that would be-
always the fear right there. Yeah, not a
Yeah.
good turnout.
if some people could just join my Patreon, I would take that.
Right.
Yes, guys, the 27 people that are watching right now, check out John's Patreon. He wants to start doing giveaways. Let the man give you giveaways. I don't want to say it, but yeah.
Give you giveaways. That's,
Give
that's
you-
better.
Help me to help you. I might
Can't say what he's giving away. Maybe some snakes.
maybe some snakes. maybe some snake skin will make its way in there for sure.
Hey,
Maybe with the Casa 1910, it's got a snake, so that'd be, we'll see.
Yeah.
Very fitting.
I might just
Very
do
fitting.
He had that tatted on too. I think he had that snake tatted on him. I think I saw that.
Right. On his arm.
Yeah, that's pretty rad.
Maybe I'll do a giveaway just to boost. I'll do like a sick giveaway to just maybe boost the Patreon. I might come out.
Pretty good.
Yeah, I'll do like a really good.
And I got your John. I got your Casa Magnus coming out tomorrow, man. I already got your bag put together. I just got to get it out tomorrow. So
thank you, man. Thank you.
enjoy,
I always
brother.
appreciate it. Appreciate it, man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I love those cigars, man. That was dope. Dope Assange.
Have you had them yet? Have you had them yet, man?
Yeah, I had one.
Yeah, you know we're waiting. He was not waiting on that.
I was not wasting
right away.
anytime, dude. Yeah, it was good, man. It was really good. I liked the smaller, me. I like a smaller ring gauge. But dude, it was still phenomenal. I mean, it brought me right back. So it was.
But for a 58 ring gauge, it was, I wasn't complaining. Like it's to me that cigar reminded me so much of the red, much of the SB 1014 red.
I could see
just
that.
Just more subtle because of the age and the ring gauge.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, dude, it had a really nice sweetness, man. I mean, Sanj said it in the live, but it was just, it was really good. I was very happy, very happy.
Wish I could say the same.
So what's been some cigars that you guys have smoked recently that have like really hit your palate well, like the last week or so? I got an Oro.
Nice, Keelan.
Okay.
That shit was money, bro. I just had it last night. Outstanding. I didn't think it was good. Like,
natural or Maduro?
Nice.
Oh, it was a natural. It was a natural.
Yeah, natural. I got one of those. I'll have to try it tomorrow. I've been waiting on it. That's the chisel size, right?
That's a chisel.
Man.
Yeah.
Man. Shouts out to Sal for sending this out too. But the thing is, like, just the mouthfeel of that chisel, like I've had them before, but it was just like, man, this thing was just perfect. It was good. It's the first time in a while.
Like a saxophone mouthpiece. It's interesting.
Yeah. Kind of like a reed.
It's like a reeded instrument.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
You played sax too, right? Right, DJ? You played sax. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I did.
So we know. I played Barry.
They wanted me to be Barry so bad, and I was like, no.
What was that, Keelan?
No, I was saying they need to do more with the reed, not the reed, but with the chisel.
Oh yeah.
Just that the Tola is fantastic, man. I'll put it.
Well,
up there
the new 30th. The new 30th. That'll be chisel.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Amazing.
Just got to get our hands on them.
I just tried and shot a review for the bronze back, so I liked that one. That was good. So I don't want to give too much away, but
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the,
Speaking of bronze back, that was a thumbnail of a certain video that came out today. A certain little video that came out today.
Oh yeah. Yes. Yeah. Dude, I was so excited when I saw that.
Mid-year though, that's the crazy part. It's we already at mid-year, man.
Yeah. Wild.
Yeah, big dog
man.
status.
Already halfway.
Already halfway through, man. That's nuts.
So the larger ring gauge was the Lampert, right? The Limitada.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What was it? What was the small ring gauge again?
Smaller ring gauge was the bronze back.
Okay.
Bronze back, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hard to argue with that, man. Especially for the price for like an under $10 cigar to be that fucking good.
I'll tell you what, man.
I was talking about citrus.
When I was putting together the list this year, I realized how many smaller ring gauge cigars I had yet to smoke because it was thin. It was really thin for me. Like I had problems last year with the bigger ring gauge cigars towards the middle of the year, and then at the end of the year, it was like there was just so much of everything, right? To kind of pick between.
Yeah.
But this year it was the smaller ring gauge stuff that I did not have. I don't know if it was just because I got so many larger ring gauge cigars at the beginning of the year. TP didn't really have much. Everybody held off for PCA, and then the PCA stuff has slowly trickled in, or what the dynamics were for it. But I was like, damn, I got to spend the rest of summer really trying to focus on some of the smaller ring gauge stuff before we get into monster season, and the end of the year.
No. Yeah, monster season. That'll be coming up soon.
The
Hell
Wolfman.
yeah.
Dude,
Any
Wolfman.
Wolfman.
The
is that
Wolfman.
what
Yeah.
it is this year? Is Wolfman?
Mhm.
What's the blend? What's the blend on the Wolfman?
I want to say that was the first time that they went Ecuadorian, but that's a good question. We got to look it up. Let's see.
We
Dude,
talked about the
Ecuadorian
face, man.
Habano.
I wish I had more of those face redux threes, man. Godly, that was
Yeah,
such
dog,
a
it's gonna be hard to follow that cigar, dog.
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of which,
Uh-oh.
look what I brought out.
There you go. There you go.
Ah.
nice.
This guy.
I don't know if we have enough time because this is a big fucking cigar.
Yeah.
I don't know if we have enough time for this. I don't know, man. I really want to like this cigar. The new chef special, the 2020. Because like the first time I had it, it was on this live stream. It didn't hit. It was just like, it just didn't hit. The second time I had it, it was so much better. Got like a lot of like dark fruity notes, plum, just very, very enjoyable. The third time I had it, it was kind of back to where the first one was. Where it's just kind of like, I need more. So I think they're just kind of acclimating, and hopefully after like a couple more weeks of rest, because I got enough of them. Like I got a fucking enough of them to do a review, obviously, but I want to make sure I do the cigar its due diligence and smoke it when it's ready.
Yeah, don't you have 3 boxes of them?
Yeah, boxes of 10. Boxes of 10.
Still a box.
I mean,
Yeah, man.
I'm sure between 30 you could find one good one for a review.
But I don't want to do that. Like, I don't want to like pick and choose, be like, oh, this one sucks. Let me find another. Like, I want to make sure I've given enough time. Like, if it's not like to where that one that I had was after a month, that's the cigar. That's just going to be that's going to be the review. It is what it is,
It's just going to be hit or miss.
7.5 by 52 Ecuadorian Sumatra. Over Nika Binder and fillers, the Wolfman.
Okay. Damn, double Corona or Presidente, whichever.
It was a shagfoot too.
Big cigar. That's kind of smart to do a shag though.
I don't like shaggy feet. Is that just me, or what do y'all think about?
I'm indifferent. I'm very indifferent to it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just think it's a cool thing. It's the Wolfman, so you got to kind of have it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
That makes sense. Yeah.
I mean, they didn't do anything with the face, but yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, they said.
Yeah, well, I mean, like the original one where the band was, but I guess because of counterfeiting, they couldn't do it. They didn't want people like trying to pass off the Redux as the old. So yeah. Sometimes you get limited to what you can and can't do. I thought maybe just changing the color of the band might be a little bit.
I think Sal, you ended up sampling one of the chef specials to find out what you just found out, what you just said, and like, because my buddy said that was the best cigar he had at the show. I think, in my opinion, they had like some really, really good floor samples, and that cigar was originally supposed to come out in April. It didn't come out till like July, like the first week of July. So I think the delay was just like trying to wait it out to see if the cigars would kind of flourish and become something that they wanted them to be. And maybe that's not going to be the case. Maybe they'll flourish like a year from now. But the time to be good was a time at release.
Yeah. Got one shot to make that impression.
That would be the case, man.
Especially in LE. Like an LE for 2024 needs to smoke good in 2024. That's just my opinion.
But it doesn't really need that, man. When you got the big face and you got the big company behind it, and then you got the 56. Everybody loving that. Everybody's it's a chef special. It's gonna sell like hotcakes regardless of whether it's good or not. So they can just throw it out there. That's just how it works, man.
Sal, thank you for that extra box of 56. Because that if the chef special doesn't flourish like I hope it does, I'll still have that. We'll still have the 56.
Yeah.
And we might, at some point, we really might have to snooker Keelan into smoking another via Cigars Unbanded.
Look, man, the cigar wasn't bad. I enjoyed the 56.
DJ, are you on Cigars Unbanded soon?
I don't know about soon. I'll have to. They got a cigar for me, but I haven't gotten it.
I got your cigar. I got your cigar, DJ.
Yeah?
I got your cigar, DJ, and I got your cigar, Mike, for whenever you guys go on.
So you're just gonna be on it each time? You're just an honorary unbanded?
I'm just gonna pop up. I'm just gonna pop up like, hey, yeah.
They're gonna slap you in the thumbnail and in the title, be like, "Hound Dog's on. You guys gotta watch it."
Hound Dog's the new Guy Fieri, yo.
Get that SEO.
It's like
you gotta get Matt some frosty
Hound
tips.
Dog.
I'd shoot myself. Oh man, if I did that. if I resulted to that, you know, friggin'
like a nice chunky necklace. Yeah.
Find me a bridge. Find me a bridge to jump off of. I'll gladly do it.
Matt's running around Laguna Beach with the frosty tips.
Oh man,
I can see it.
Make it happen, Captain.
Do you guys ever watch this? Do you guys ever watch this show called Gigolos?
No.
Yeah.
You did? It was based in Vegas. Vegas.
Yeah.
Do you remember Brace?
Yes.
Yes, Brace. Friggin' bleach blonde hair. The guy was like 50 and trying his best to be still in his 30s.
And like it was like before Pickup Artists, like the game or whatever it was came out, like all that.
Yes.
Terrible.
A complete utter tool. And like what you guys said, like running on the beach with the frosted tips, I just imagine that guy. Like I become that guy. If I do, I'll run off a bridge.
Matt's
for everybody's sake. Jesus Christ. Yeah, what a cringy show, man. What a cringy ass show.
And they would be at like the they would be at like the old like hookup spots in Vegas, like the Ice Bar and stuff like that. It was terrible. So bad.
Yeah. It was so bad it was good.
Yeah.
Yeah. They had a lot of wild shows in the early 2000s. Like, you ever watch what's it called? The Fifth Wheel?
I remember
vaguely remember the title.
Yeah.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah. That was man. It was a weird time for television, that's for sure.
Room Raiders and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah. It was post the MTV era, man. So like everything was wild as, you know.
It was like shifting towards reality.
Flavor of Love.
For
sure. Flavor of Love.
Yeah. Flavor of Love, Rock of Love, all that shit.
Yeah. I forgot about that. Damn.
I need to start rocking my bandanas like that, yo.
Yeah.
I need to get the wig with the bandana. That would be clean.
Yeah.
What was that? Brett Michaels?
Yeah. And then there was like 4 spinoffs of just that for all the women that he didn't pick.
Man. Yeah, reality TV. That had some freaking weird shit. I remember Beauty and the Geek. That was a good one too.
Yeah.
Beauty and the Geek. That was a
what was that one show?
What was the joke? Y'all know the rapper Riff Raff? The dude with the cornrows? Yeah. It was something it was like Gangster and Gentleman or something. Like I can't remember the name of that show. It was so goofy though. It was like all these cats with like chains on. It was bad, yo.
Yeah.
That's how Riff Raff got famous.
That was all because of the writer's strike. They had no one to write TV, so they're just like reality TV. Whatever weird shit we could put in front of a camera.
Did y'all ever watch Average Joe? Average Joe's?
I remember the name.
Vaguely remember that.
So it was kind of like The Bachelor, but like it was. So they got this like really hot lady, and then the contestants were like nerds basically, and like attractive people. Halfway through the show, though, they bring in like 10 like model-esque looking like who are now, you know, invading their space, and they're all mad. And then I just remember at the very end, she goes with one of like it was like between one of the really attractive guys and one of the average Joes who seemed, you know, it's reality TV, but seemed like a good dude. And, you know, anyways, she picks the attractive guy. It turns out the average Joe was like a multi-million, who then after the show got like ripped and like attractive. You could see it on her face. Like she just, it was bad.
Did they have like masks on at one point? At the very beginning?
That sounds
familiar.
I
remember that show. Yeah.
I do.
That dude was loaded and she didn't pick him. Yeah.
I was this close to being on the Real World. I think I told that story on one of my lives. So I was this close to being on the Real World.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
So close. Yeah. I was like 24, so I was like so it was like 2004. It was the tail end, and it was like right before they went to I think it was Miami. No, it was the Las Vegas show. I would have been in Vegas if I got on. Real quick, I was trying to get there, so I went out to Raleigh, Durham, and like I stayed overnight, hanging out with people just waiting to get on. You know, I had to wait in line to get, you know, put on the show, and it was this girl that looked like Sanaa Lathan, absolutely gorgeous. So we were standing in line. I made a bunch of friends out there, and they sent us in this room. So like they had all of our information on the paper. You know how to send in a video, put all your information down, and the lady was asking me a question. She was like, "Have you ever been cheated on before?" So I told a story about how like my ex-girlfriend at the time cheated on me. Showed up at a bar. We were like having a birthday party or something. She showed up with her new boyfriend. She didn't know I was gonna be there. So like when she showed, it was like a whole, you know, scene. So the MTV lady was like, "Oh, so." She was like, "What did you do? What happened?" And, you know, I was just like, "Oh, I took the high road, and, you know, I was being a nice guy about it." And she took my paper and put it on the bottom of the list. So she was into me. She wanted me to be like the angry black guy.
You're like I burned her shit down.
Yeah. I'm like, "Oh, I turned the table over. I was supposed to do all that." Yeah, man. It was the way she was like, "Oh," and she put my paper underneath the bottom. And then they just sent us all outside and just closed the door behind me. And they called back Sanaa Lathan, the girl that looked like Sanaa. She didn't get on the show either, but we were like this close, man. And I think about that shit all the time. Like if I ever would have got on
the challenge,
man, that would have been wild, dude. But yeah, I was a part of that era.
That's cool, man.
Do you regret being honest about it?
You know, in the moment, because like when I saw her put the paper underneath, I was like, I could have lied just to get to the point where they were doing the interviews and all that. But I was just like, it wasn't meant to be. And the show went downhill after that. That's like the moment they went to Vegas is when everything got like really extreme and they were just drinking all the time. Like, I'm glad I didn't get on that show, man.
The reason it went downhill is because you weren't on it, bro.
Nah, appreciate that, but nah, it would have been cool. I think about it though, like, damn, I should have lied. I should have told her, you know, like, extravagant story, but it was too late. Honesty is not the best policy.
No. Lie about everything.
Damn. The vintage cigar probably have taken off though. If I was a real world, I could have used that to fuck, you know, the vintage cigar.
Yeah, I mean, shit. There was a dude that was on one season of Big Brother for like the first week, and he made his whole social career off that.
Wow.
Like, that's it. It's crazy.
Could have been cooking off of that, bro, but it's all good.
I mean, that's all it is now. My parents were out earlier this month, and I bursted their bubble about America's Got Talent. They didn't realize that now almost all the people are already famous, and that's why they have their little handle in the bottom corner. So I was telling them that because I hate that show. And I was like, yeah, these. So then they were like, well, look them up real quick. I'm like, these people already have 300,000 followers on Instagram, and they're auditioning. I'm like, it's fake, man. It's all fake.
Yeah.
So that was the tail end, and when it changed over to that, man, everybody was already famous. Everybody, like, social media was just kind of getting started during that time.
Yeah.
So I dodged the bullet, bro. I dodged the bullet.
Dang. Michael, I was happy to see the Orthodox make it up there, man. I know we keep talking about that cigar, but I was pumped to see that in your mid-year.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it was definitely deserving of it, I felt. And like I said, like the smaller ring gauges, it was a short list to start off like the first half of the year. So it'll be interesting to see like what stays and what goes throughout the year.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, let me go get that cigar, man. I have not smoked that cigar yet. Let me go grab that. Wait, yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. I liked it.
Yeah, you did.
I did. I liked it. I like that cigar.
Yeah, you like. Yeah,
I did like that cigar.
Yeah, but thanks, man.
I almost grabbed it. I was about to grab it, and then I remembered Manolo was still on. I was like, oh, I'll grab the Casa. But I was looking. I was like, oh man, I love that cigar, dude. So
yeah,
I think I got 2 more.
Yeah, I killed.
What else
I
are y'all
killed all the
smoking, man?
rest of my 1910s tonight.
Yeah, I got one more, dude. I got one more, and I ain't want to burn that one. Like I'll save that for later.
Mm-hmm.
Worry about that.
No, I was asking like, what else are y'all smoking? Because I know I was talking about this Oro, this Shizzle. What else have you guys
An
had?
LE I tried was from King of the Leaf. They had an Independence Day, and that thing was bomb. It's just tons of black cherry. I'm almost never disappointed by their LEs, and it was great, man.
Nice.
That sounds fantastic, bro.
Nice.
I had the frog juice too, man. So I think Matt sent that out to me. The frog juice was money.
Yeah, I think he said
nothing is touching that bronze back, man. The bronze back is what's killing everything right now. Even in the soccer line, dude. That bronze back is.
Dude, it's hard to find them right now. Like they're in short supply. So, but I've been smoking.
It hits.
I've been smoking Son stuff lately, man. I tried the FFK. I got my. So I'm gonna preface this. I don't think it was a cigar, but I got my first dud. It was an RS88 Cameroon. I think what happened though, my power went out and it came back on hours later. And whenever that happened, one of my humidors, it automatically sets to like 57 degrees, and so that thing was just freezing. Like, and then I turned it back up, and then I pulled it out, and it was like super humid, and it just got real squishy. And I was like, I don't think it's this thing's fault at all, man, because those cigars, man, got messed. I have to like let that humidor just chill for a few days.
Yeah, that's gonna be a few weeks of letting that reacclimate. You know what I mean?
I was pissed, dude. I hate that when that happens, man. And it's just this one humidor I have, man. I don't know why they default it to like 57 degrees,
low as possible. Yeah.
So
like a reset.
It's like preservation kind of thing. You know, it's like you just gotta
I guess, but it's like 100 degrees in Texas right now. So there was it was just running all day, you know, and so sucked, man. But the cool thing though was my brother. I think I've told you about my brother. He's a Som, and he's kind of starting to slowly get into cigars, and so he loved the Hemingway, which is awesome.
Yeah, for sure.
And then he didn't like the Lavareda, which was disappointing. But then he tried a Sanj RS88 Connecticut. He's like, dude, this thing is like amazing. And I was like, $7, and he was like, what? Are you kidding me? So I was like, yes, sir.
I wasn't a big fan of that FFK. It was cool, but that was probably like the worst experience I've had with a Sanj cigar recently.
Was it? Okay.
It's okay.
It was all right. It was cool. It wasn't bad, but like when you're smoking a Cameroon and you know what that RS88 Cameroon tastes like,
yeah,
and you comparing that one to the FFK, it's like,
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when I smoked it, I wasn't paying too much attention to it. I remember I liked the first half, but then the back half, it got kind of vegetal on me. I don't know if it was the what is it? The
Candela.
Candela. Yeah, I don't know.
I'm thinking that's what it was too, because I got it.
Yeah, I'll have to pay attention to it. So, Keelan,
what are you talking about?
Well, I was talking about one of my humidors. My power went out, and then one of my humidors defaults to like 57 degrees. It's 110. So that thing was just running all day. And then like I don't know why I did this, but I pulled out an RS88 Cameroon, and it's like 100 out, and I think it was just shocked, and it just wasn't good. But I'm pissed off because that humidor, I just have to let it just set for like a while now, because it just all those cigars got shocked, you know.
Are y'all having a shit ton of storms down there? Like, what's happening with the power, man? Is it because of the storms and all that
well,
shit?
so we had a shit ton of storms in the spring, man. This is one of the worst storm seasons we've had in a long time. But no, I live near a lot of construction. I think they hit a line, and it just it was out for everyone in this area for like 4 hours.
No, it's just hot and dry now. Well, it's hot and incredibly humid.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, dude.
You lighting up, Daddy, yo?
Get in another world.
Okay, gotcha.
There you go.
See how it goes.
Trying to like this cigar. Yeah, I'm just sampling to see how, like, if I could finally decide if it's making any progress, slowly but surely.
How much is Flavor Town paying you to keep trying that damn cigar, man?
I wish. I'm paying them. I'm paying those fuckers.
Really. Putting a lot of money in Espinosa's pocket right now.
I had
a dye job and sunglasses.
I had his show on. I just like turned on something easy for my girls to just like have on the background because there's nothing else on. They kind of like watching cooking and baking shows. I noticed though, dude, in a lot of his new episodes, man, he's always wearing his shirt with knuckle sandwich on. He's promoting that shit hard on his show. So
I get those sales.
Yeah.
That's tight.
Yeah.
That's tight.
He's committed.
He's a walking billboard.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. But yeah, it was so funny because on Wednesday night, Joe Knows he had his 5,000 subscriber live stream, which congrats to Joe Knows. Congrats, bro.
Congrats, Joe.
And apparently I won his grand prize, which was a new, I think, Need One humidor. I believe a Need One humidor, and like I was getting texts and messages because it was just like a Wednesday night. I was hanging with the wife, watching stuff on TV, and then I was like, "What the hell is?" Because I chimed in on the live stream before. I was like, "Congrats, Joe! Wishing him congratulations." And then at the end of the live stream, I guess I won his fucking grand prize.
That sounds like LeBron James level tampering right there, man.
Exactly. That's what it sounds like. So I get on, and Joe's like, you can do whatever you want, Matt, but can you let me know if you want the prize or if you want to defer it, if you want to give it to somebody? I was like, dude, have another drawing. Like, dude, do another drawing.
Yeah.
And so the way I found out initially, the way I found out about it is because I looked at it. I saw a text from Sal. I was like, what? I looked at Sal's text, said like, you just won Joe Knows grand prize. I'm like, what the fuck? So I get on, and I was like, yeah, just to like, I don't eat it. It's okay. It's okay. And then afterwards, I found out. I didn't know this at the time, but I found out that the humidor came with 20 Blackbird cigars.
Oh.
Ooh.
I
now you're really upset that you deferred.
I wasn't. I wasn't upset. I wasn't upset when I found that out.
Shit.
But
I would be so mad if I got a humidor full of Blackbird. I would be hot.
So here's what happened. So he does it again. He does another drawing, and who wins this time? Sal won.
Oh my gosh! Everyone's like,
Ronnie James.
The guy who told me that I won ended up winning. It's insane. And now Sal has another humidor and 20 Blackbirds. Congratulations, Sal.
Congrats to Sal.
That's funny.
Hey, good way to go, Sal.
That's funny.
That is boy. I got tears in my eyes. That's so funny.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Yeah.
Hey,
you can't make this shit up.
Marvin's podcast too got off the ground. Episode 1.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, man.
We got to
watch
shout
that.
out King Crook, man.
Slaughterhouse.
Yeah.
Peter
Yo,
said,
that's a good looking set too, man. That set is clean, man.
Yeah.
That's funny.
That's
No, thank you.
Anybody?
Cool.
Anybody?
Send them all to Sasebo. Send them all to Sasebo.
Give him
The
the
crown
Peter.
heads that you
Peter.
got in your profile pics, we'll take some of those.
Yeah.
Is that Patissier?
Polito. Patissier.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah.
That's a
do
good
man.
cigar.
I got a whole box of Blackbirds that I haven't even opened up yet. I'm looking.
Why? Check him out.
Smoke.
No,
Check him
cool.
out, man.
I will donate it to. Matter of fact, I might put it in the box when I send it to John, so that way he can use it in his giveaway. Let's do it.
There you go.
I won't get any Patreon.
Perfect.
Blackbird is the re-gift.
Yeah,
The re-gift
I've had a
cigar.
couple that were okay.
I'm gonna try. So honestly, I'm gonna try him again.
I like the Superb.
Peter said
Superb's
you
good.
I didn't like that either. I didn't like it.
I like the Superb.
I got a couple I gotta try, but I've only really had the Superb and the Brook.
Peter.
Anybody had the Hawk? The Hawk is the new one, right?
Yeah,
I have one, but I haven't smoked it.
I got it sitting right beside that same box, man. It's like every time I open the humidor, it's like we're here.
It's like pick me.
Pick me. And I go to the top shelf. Let me go to my signs drawer. Let me see.
Keelan, shifting gears a little bit because you got your Lakers
What up,
cap.
though?
I know you're a huge Lakers guy, so curious.
Oh yeah.
Die hard.
Curious
Die hard.
Your thoughts on Mr. Bronny James?
Dude, we got the best pick in the draft. He averaged 4 points a game, 2 rebounds. Lakers are set for the next 5 years, bro.
Dude, someone was saying, how bad would it suck that you just get drafted to the NBA, you're going to get this money, you're going to go out with the team, and like they're going to go hang out at night, and your dad's there.
Dude, this is the worst tampering I've ever seen in the NBA. Ever.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
the dude goes on a podcast with JJ Redick, and they sit there and talk for an hour about coaching. Oh, like, hey, if you were a coach, what would you do? And like, how would you run this play? And yada yada yada. A week later, it's like JJ Redick might be the Lakers coach. Are you fucking serious?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And LeBron was like, I don't have anything to do with this. Like, no, you.
I didn't have anything to do with that. Oh,
Years.
he's a great coach. I'm not a GM. That's not what. And then, not even a month later, you get your son on the like. Come on, bro. Like, who is letting this happen? It's the nastiest thing I've seen in sports, man.
You heard what Rich Paul was doing, right?
Which part?
Rich Paul, he was he was calling all the teams, and he was telling them, don't draft Bronny or he's going to Australia. If you draft Bronny, we're sending him to Australia.
It makes me so angry, bro.
Yeah.
I want to take this hat and throw it, man. It makes me so angry.
I just love what the sports guys, the radio guys said about just picturing him out with the team with his dad there. I'm like, yeah, dude, that'd be.
Yo, you can't do. I mean,
yeah.
Yeah, here's a true Lakers fan right here.
Yeah,
true Lakers fan.
Of course, I wish the best for him. It's just like it's just.
All right.
Yeah.
Here's the deal, though, and that you don't you want somebody to be the cool dad and be able to do stuff with their kid, like he's part of the family business. But this is a draft.
Yeah.
This is not like he's like on the video team or something like that. He's not like a part of the Lakers staff. You actually drafted this dude in the NBA. Like, there are other players that are trying to get drafted into the NBA. That's nasty work, man. That's not hating on him being 19 years old. That's just effing the system.
He was taken in the second round?
Yeah,
he was the 55th pick.
Michael. Woo! The balloons. Yeah.
That's why it's nasty to me, man. And I can see so they're making all these memes. It's like, well, all these other players, Russell Westbrook wasn't good when he was a rookie, and what was the other? John Stockton wasn't good when he was a rookie. I'm like, these dudes spent 3 to 4 years in college. Bronny James spent 1 year in college and was bad. And you're gonna bring him into the NBA? Like, what are you doing? And it's another kid on the team that averaged like 16 points, mad rebounds, and he didn't get picked. Yeah. It's nasty work, man. It's
Is the NBA kind of like like baseball, where it's like if you draft a guy, you can send him to like the D League? Is that typical, or is it like if a guy's drafted, he's expected to be on the team, on the NBA team?
It depends.
Usually
With the
they'll-
second
they'll
round
put him on the
pick,
team.
you're probably expected to make the team.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
Sometimes they'll get sent down to the G League to develop. A lot of times they'll end up on the team, at least practicing with them and seeing, but it just depends which player. But I doubt he'll be sent to the G League.
No,
That'll hurt their
like,
brand.
They're not going to be able to do that because they will send players to the G League. They will, there's a lot of players that didn't get enough reps, so they weren't good enough, so they will send them down to like the Santa Cruz Warriors or whatever the little G League team that's associated with whatever basketball team. They're not going to do that with Bronny James though, because he's getting special treatment. They're never going to do that. The main thing is just to get him on the court, so it can be like a Ken Griffey, moment where he's playing basketball with his dad.
Which would be kind of
sell
cool.
tickets.
It's
That
all
part is cool.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
money and nepotism. That's all that matters.
In his
But if
defense, though, someone did bring this up. He was still like recovering from his heart condition, where he had cardiac arrest, and like people were saying like mentally he's still kind of recovering from that, and they said he does show some real talent for the league, but we'll see. That might just be ESPN just really hyping him up, and I'm buying it.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
There's so many people that's just trying to
That's it, man.
Ron's back. Yeah.
Saturday lineup right
Wow.
there.
There you go.
That's Rhea's fighting tonight, right?
Cha-ching. I don't know. I don't know UFC.
I'm
good
gonna
fight.
look that up. I'm kind of out of touch.
It's a real good fight tonight.
Yeah, we had a
That's
meet and greet with Baby Shark the other, what was it, Thursday? Tabitha Ricci.
Baby Shark.
Nice. How'd it go?
Yeah. It was the second time that she came down to one of our events, man. She's tight. Very cool. I guess she won her last fight. I don't know when she's fighting again.
I'm kind of out of touch right now, so I honestly don't know either.
Oh, same.
Yeah.
Same. I don't
I was
check
trying to
in
get
as much.
Manolo to talk about the boxing, man. I'm sorry that didn't go well, man. I really wanted to know what he thought
It
about
was
that.
great
was
because it was
great.
funny.
It was great.
Yeah,
He just,
it
was great,
naturally
yeah.
went right into the cigar blends and the differences, and then
Which
you
was
went,
cool
all right,
though.
now
Which was
what
a
we're
cool
talking
point.
about though
Yeah.
is, you're
Yeah.
wearing the
Yeah, you're
Alvarez hat. Like, what are we doing here? And then he's like, so this blend. I was like, dude knows what we're talking about, right? Like,
I did like that, he made a better question though, which was really kind of cool to compare, Alvarez to a cigar. But
Yeah.
I really want to see this fight, man. Alvarez versus Crawford is gonna be crazy. That's gonna be like fight of the year, bro.
Is that fight
And-
happening?
They're saying it leaked that it's supposed to happen in December.
Dude, that would be a massive fight.
Fuck.
That'd be
Dude,
awesome.
and Crawford was so fucking dominant in his last fight. Holy shit, dude. This fight, if it happens, it's going to be
gonna
incredible. Dude, if fucking Crawford looked anything like he did against who's the guy whose ass he whipped?
I can't think of his name.
Was it no, it was the fucking he has like an old school name. He has a sweet old school name. Errol Spence,
Errol
right?
Spence.
He whooped his fucking ass for
I don't think
the
Spence should have been in the ring though. I don't think.
Yeah.
After that accident, he's not right,
after the
man.
accident, yeah,
He ain't right.
he didn't. He got fucked up. He
was moving slow. He couldn't see the punches coming in, and after the fight, he was slurring his speech. I was like, "Yo, he shouldn't have been in that ring, bro."
Has he fought
Especially
since?
Crawford.
Has Spence fought since?
No.
Nah.
Oh.
He's supposed to have another fight coming soon though. But he's been in a lot of the other fights that have been going on recently. Like after he was at Tank Davis's fight and all that kind of stuff. So he was out there. He's outside. But
Yeah.
I just don't think he should be in the ring, man. Especially against Crawford. Crawford is like a technician. So Canelo and
Dude.
Crawford, come on, man. That is
That's
My
fight of the century.
my
Fight of
only,
the
gotta
fucking
happen.
century right there.
my only apprehension with that is what weight would it be? Because Crawford's pretty underweight compared to Canelo nowadays, right? I mean, like
Nowadays,
what weight would they have that at? Because dude, Canelo,
I'd say
like 60,
super middle.
it's
Yeah.
no, they
Like
like
it-
50 something.
I don't
Really?
know. I don't know if Canelo would do that.
I don't know if Canelo can drop that much right now.
Yeah.
What
dude.
did he fight Triple G at?
I think super
they had
middle.
different weights for different fights on that one. It
Yeah.
depends.
I think
They've been bouncing
168.
around a lot.
Yeah, he has.
I think 168.
Crawford don't seem worried at all. He was like, "I'm ready, man." So
Hey, man.
That guy, dude, fucking. I
think
wish
he's ready.
I wish he were more active because he's so fucking good. But he is out of our generation, top to bottom, the best fucking boxer, pure boxer.
Yeah.
That we have right
and
now.
the only person getting more love right now is Alvarez, man. So you cannot beat the magnitude of that fight, dude. Like that is like I haven't been this hyped in a while. So when I saw that it was leaking that it was supposed to come out.
I love Crawford, man. I love watching him because he's a true switch fighter. Like, he really can switch stances, which is, I mean, massive. That's so hard to
He's
do.
the best since Hagler, dude. He's the best since Marvin Hagler at switching.
Yeah.
And he's very adamant about putting Omaha on the map. He's very adamant to give his hometown props, to let his people know that he loves them back. He is very adamant about that, which is like extremely respectable and just deserves a lot of adoration.
Yeah, for sure.
It's gonna be good, man. It's gonna be good.
Dude, I'm hyped. I didn't know that. That's sick. That's a big fight.
Yeah, I hope it goes down. The way they're talking,
Dude,
it's supposed to happen.
If it happens on a day we're supposed to do a live stream, we may have to reschedule. Just saying.
That's fair.
Just
that is fair.
Yeah.
Or we do a
though.
live viewing.
Yeah, we could always do a
Hey.
walk-on.
yeah, a view party. That would be
We
sick.
do a view party. That'd be dope.
I would like
DJ would 100% be asleep by the end of it.
Not during a fight.
maybe hockey.
That'd be a,
Yeah, okay, yeah, you're right. DJ, you're right. Talking about a fight and then watching a fight, two completely different things for sure.
Dude, we should do
If
that.
you're invested,
Sorry.
that would
You
be
can make
tight.
a thumbnail with my missing tooth still. I still got
Oh, that's perfect, dude. You get some gloves.
Perfect.
yeah. Black out my eye.
You can put that on
You
the
got your
t-shirt.
Halloween costume all ready to go. Look at you.
I do, man.
Done.
I do. And I still got all my gear, man. So I'll just put it on. I'll smoke a cigar with my boxing gloves on.
I'll make that happen, Jack. Make it happen.
I got
Movie
Ooh,
talk, man.
that's-
Anybody seen Quiet Place yet?
Is it out?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I
We
just watched it last night.
actually just we watched the first one in preparation to see it next week, the new one next week. It's just what'd you think? What'd you think about the new one?
I think it was really good. It's certain moments in there where it's just like, I know you're just trying to make the plot happen. You know, you got these contrivances that are trying to make the plot happen. But as far as like the acting, as far as like the way they, set up like the terror of the monsters coming in, especially like they basically took it's set in New York. So it kind of gives you the feel of like what happened after 9/11. It's kind of like what Godzilla did with the atomic bomb. So they made this like after New York was decimated and everybody's like living in fear. So that part of it was set up really well without giving away any of the story. So it has nothing to do with the previous family. It's just day one, these monsters are coming in, run for your life. And that part is really good. And the story behind it, like the way they just set it up, like the it's not even a romance. It's just the way that, people are trying to connect, to survive. They did that part excellent. So that part in itself is just worth to watch. It's a good movie, man.
Dude, I'll tell you what. If that shit happened like to us, like right now, Rutherford, I don't know what happened to that guy, but he would not last long, and he may have to go like let outside the garage and just let him kind of do his thing, because he would be a huge liability. That little fucker.
That's part, man. That's part of what I'm talking about, because like the cat is a major part of this movie.
Yes.
And the whole time I'm looking like, fuck that cat, yo. The whole movie, I'm like, what are you doing?
Matt with his
No, it's-
birds, he's gone first.
dude. Well, here's
Matt would
like
just be happy because all the crows would be gone.
Yeah.
true. Yeah, they hopefully they'd fuck up the crows, like climb up the trees and fucking get rid of them. But
Crows are
like,
going to get
if
first for Matt.
if it comes down to like, I love Rutherford. I love that little guy. He's the best dog I've ever had. But like one of his farts would attract one of those monsters. It's like
Oh yeah, that's a world where sneezing is now the most terrifying thing you can do, and you're like, oh god, I'm gonna die.
Yeah.
yeah. I just sneezed like 3 minutes ago.
First
Yeah.
one, right?
Yeah.
I got allergies, bro. I'm toast.
Or whatever.
Yeah.
In the middle of the
Dude,
movie, my wife was like, "You would be dead first night because you're gonna snore and you're gonna get us all killed."
Anybody who snores, yeah, you're gone.
Yeah.
You're done.
Oh my
I'm
god.
done. Look at his nose. I'm done. It's a wrap, bro.
No CPAP mask is gonna save you. You're fucked.
There's nothing you can do with that. I'm done, man. I was like, but the one thing about it, like with the tension, because we came with, like, you're so quiet in the movie. It's so quiet, like you don't even want to open your candy. You're conscious of how you chewing popcorn, and we're driving home, and we're thinking like, yo, what if this happened right now? But then my wife was like, yo, if these monsters came to Japan, everybody would live because it's so quiet. Like y'all don't hear shit. I'm sitting outside. Y'all ain't heard shit this whole time. It's so quiet here. I went to a pro baseball game the other week. The baseball game was quiet.
I hear that. I hear about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they cheer, like if they get a hit, they got a home run, they cheer for like maybe 10 seconds. And it was like
Crazy.
Golf
yeah,
clap.
dude, it was crazy.
Yeah.
It was fun to be at the game, but it was completely different to being like a pro game. It's no music going off.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Wow.
Dude, it was the same with Pride FC back in the day. They would have a 90,000 seat stadium packed for a fight. You could hear a pin drop. It was like a golf match. And when a guy got hit or something, they go, ooh.
Ooh.
And that was it. It was like, oh. And then it like go back to like golf. It was just like silent.
Dude,
Like,
those death angels would land in Japan and it'd be like, what is everybody at?
Now, in all those survival movies and like The Walking Dead and stuff like, how would you survive? I was like, I wouldn't want to survive. I'm dying in the first wave because you guys look like you suck being alive. No thanks. Take me out.
Yeah.
That's the other part of it. Like, even with that movie, it's just like, every movie has a MacGuffin. You have that thing that they're trying to get or they're trying to get to.
Yeah.
The whole point to this movie should be like just to survive. But when you're looking at New York the way that it is, why do I want to live there? I don't want to live in New York right now when everything is bombed out. Like, I want to live here. I don't want to live like this.
No, I'm gonna just start clapping.
You ready? You.
Yeah, right here.
Well, it was really cool with my wife's street, where my wife lived in New York. Like, the part of the show takes place like right where she lived, though. Like, so I could see her apartment building and all that kind of stuff when she lived. That was kind of cool to see.
Yeah.
I would do everything I could to get to Hawaii. Maybe Catalina. Maybe Avalon. Go there first. But if I could get to like Molokai, like a fairly, loose, like not that populated area, like the Molokai, I'll be okay with that. I might, if I die trying.
They try and get to an island, and they're like, they can't get here, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh shit, they can get here.
Yeah.
And then you're just on an island.
In part two.
Yeah,
if you haven't seen part two, that was the whole premise, and that it worked out for a moment. And I feel like I could survive.
But it's also like, when all the resources are so limited already on an island, maybe trying to just be the quiet person in a loud city allows you to kind of move a little bit different than the only one on the island making noise with no resources.
Well, and like Hawaii, that's why like Hawaii would be a lot better than say like Avalon than like Catalina because there's more natural resources there.
Yeah.
Like, but here's the thing: the resource there, you know, there's probably like wild boar and shit like that, but like your main resource is going to be fruits. Like, you know, just the shit grows like nothing there. So like it's like die from a zombie apocalypse or a monster apocalypse from the get-go, or live being a vegetarian, which is worse. Which is worse, you know?
Take me out. I don't want to die in the zombie apocalypse because, dude, I don't want to get eaten. But those monsters, in Quiet Place, they take you out quick. So I'm fine with that. They just like decapitate you and it's done, you know, in a second. So cool.
That's the other thing. They don't have any other purpose. Those death angels, they're not there like eating, you know, humans. They're not taking them, you know, hostage or anything like that. They just fucking people up just for the sake of doing it. There's no purpose other than, oh, you made a sound? You go, Molly. You know, it's
yeah.
And I'm a sick bastard, man. I'm in there laughing the whole time. Like whenever somebody like they just jump down on somebody, I'm in there cracking up, dude. I'm laughing and shit. I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah, like because last night we were watching the original one, the first one. It's like we stopped halfway through. It was at the point to where he's like in the forest with his son. Then on the way back, he sees the old man who's like about to commit suicide.
Yeah.
And like the old man, like the way just like he like contorts his mouth before he yells, like I just cracked up. Like what the fuck? Like how is this taken seriously? He looked like you know, like an old prospector. Like
you were gonna die laughing at the new one, dude, because it's so like the movie is good. Don't get me wrong, it's a good movie, but it's some what the fuck moments in there the whole time. Just stuff like that, with cry faces and chasing after this damn cat. I'm like, yo, what are y'all doing? What are you doing?
What'd you guys think about the second one? Did you like the second one?
Yeah, it's one of the best series is out.
Yeah,
good, man.
I liked it.
I watched it on a plane. I don't remember a lot, but I was like, not as good as the first one, but it was pretty good.
Yeah. It's good as far as sequels go, you know, especially nowadays. I just appreciate that it's like at least it's something new, you know, somewhat a little bit.
Yeah,
like everything's so freaking derivative. So even a sequel that's still coming from a thing that was like, you know, creative,
natural.
Yeah, like I'll take any day over all this other shit.
I'm like, oh, we're doing Friday the 13th again. Oh, okay. You know, it's that. It's not that. It's finally a new monster. It's a new scenario. It's a new survival technique. Everything is new. Even with this one, they didn't change the game with this one, but at least you're like, okay, I'm watching something that's different from what we've been seeing for the past 20 years.
Yeah.
Spot on.
You got to wait for the Japanese to come up with something new. It's like they're like the new creators of like all of it until like, you know, the Americans do like the American version of it, like The Ring or you know, The Grudge, shit like that.
Yeah, like horror, I guess monster movie I liked was like Cloverfield, just because it was lost found footage style, so it was different.
Yeah.
Same.
And then everybody started doing that.
The sequel was kind of like, 10 Cloverfield.
Was the one with John Goodman?
Yeah.
Well, then they connected it with the one that was in space to kind of like explain it all, and I was like, we didn't need this.
Yeah.
That's also kind of like why I liked Us so much, because I thought that Jordan Peele made something unique with that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Even though a lot of people like Get Out a lot more, I get it, but I don't know. Us was tight.
I'm not a huge fan of the Jordan Peele movies. Like, they're just not capturing me at all. But like you said, though, at least it's a different idea.
It was different,
yeah. I just like the idea. I mean, the whole entire rabbits thing and people underground and all that other stuff, like it was kind of out there, but I liked where he was going with it. Doppelgangers.
I'll take that. Take that any day over, you know, Chucky. What they're doing with Chucky right now in the Child's Play.
Yeah, just ruining
the original Child's Play was such a good movie, and then they took it into this whole goofy.
So. They get to the point where they're consummating like a birth in a doll. And you're like, all right, we have gone too far. We have gone too far.
Is that the pig? The orange band? The orange band's a pig, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Orange Man's big.
It's a good cigar.
Yeah, I liked it. I liked it. It
I have
wasn't
a
anything
review on it.
for me. It wasn't like
Solid,
mind
man.
blowing, but it was good.
It's a good cigar.
It almost made the list. I wrote it down on the first iteration. Almost made the list.
Yeah. See you, Peter.
Take it easy, Pete. Enjoy your Cuban tomorrow.
He's smoking a
What
Cuban.
does he have, man? What is he smoking?
Yeah.
Yeah, he might as well
It's,
be Cuban Pete now.
Yeah, every Sunday for Pete, he's gonna smoke a new Cuban
Ah, okay.
Cuban Pete.
to be Cuban Pete.
Meh.
Said, man.
Meh.
Meh.
And I think, yeah, Pete, he said a while ago, he said you guys were scheduled. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah.
That's gonna be a good show, though.
Fuck, man. I hope it's better than yours, Keelan. For fuck's sake.
What was Keelan's? I missed it. I'll have to go back and watch it.
Magic, yeah, it's worth the watch. That was an interesting episode, bro. Magic Toast. It was the Magic Toast.
So Matt was right. He got it.
Oh
Of
yeah,
course.
everybody knew. Everybody fucking knew.
Yeah, everybody
it was
knew.
the fifth anniversary, which is a giant figurado, Solomon.
Yeah.
Oh God.
So y'all know, like I tried to hold up the Magic Toast. I got halfway through that cigar, dude. Was like, what is happening? It was rough. It was rough.
Sucks, man. Mine was.
It was a fun show, though. We had a good time. It was a fun show.
No. The show is fun as hell.
Yeah.
But like, I forgot what I tried to smoke after. Oh yeah, I had that fucking the Byron, and I couldn't enjoy it. Like my palate was fucked up.
It was a Byron anyway, so.
But it was a really fun show. It's just like, of course, Peter, he likes to pick particular cigars for particular people. And of course, with the thing with Keelan liking the Magic Toast, he had to get him the biggest fucking Magic Toast possible.
John, to see like everybody was, oh, it's okay, it's not bad. No, it's actually pretty good. And then they just shit the bed. Like everybody started shit the bed. Yeah.
I wasn't on that train. I wasn't on that fucking train. From the get-go. Did anybody watch As Above, So Below?
No.
I haven't heard of it yet.
I just Googled pictures and I won't be watching that. No thanks.
I don't know anything about it.
I just saw photos. I don't know what it is.
Later,
but I'm
Wes.
cool.
See you, Wesley.
See you, dude.
Oh yeah,
Well,
I've been meaning to watch that.
So, do you guys? We did like 2 hours with the guest, then the rest of it with us. Is that good, or should we try for like hour and a half and then the rest of it with us?
Yeah, I think like an hour and a half is fine.
I thought that we were pretty on point, though. I think that Manolo was pretty captivating, for everybody. He was solid.
But also it's more like consideration for the guests, like how much of their time. How much of their time should we? Works. Yeah. It's like, especially Manolo, freaking great guy, a lot of great knowledge, but it's like at a certain point, you run out of stuff to talk about with anybody, that you don't know personally,
Yeah, he was a good guest, but I think, kind of giving them a decent amount of time and splitting the show in half, like it's half for the guests and then half for us, just to kind of kick it and do what we do right now. It's actually a good vibe.
Yeah, I like that.
I think that
I
works.
agree.
Yeah, the next two guests are True Estate and then Definition again.
Sweet.
That's July.
That's word. Is it
Jamon can be on for the full 3 hours if he wants to.
Yeah.
Fucking
like having
talk
Jamal
baseball.
on and having Marvin on, it just kind of feel like, it's just one of us kind of coming on the show. It kind of feels like it's like having Peter and Roger on or something like that. It just flows.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's up, Derek? Yeah. I guess the knockout ended the fights for tonight. For sure.
That's understandable, bro. Glad you joined in anyway.
Yeah, that's some good input. So depends on the guest. It could be guest dependent. And if like, we'll just say like, whenever we feel it winding down with the guest, then we just say, thank you for your time. We wanted to have you for this amount of time. We'll any questions, whatever, we'll let you hop off. I felt bad also because Manolo couldn't smoke,
Yeah, that was another thing.
That's tough. And we all lighting up his cigars, everybody smoking, talking about his cigars, and he's just holding it. That's kind of rough, man, for 2 hours.
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel some.
But do you guys think this is a good place to end this one?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, and anything you guys want to plug with your channels? I know Michael, you just had your mid-year review, your mid-year list that just came out. Everybody watch that. Freaking awesome content. Love your mid-year stuff.
Thank you.
Great content.
I'm gonna be. I shot kind of like a channel life update with just what's been going on with me. I want to redo it. I still like it, so I'm gonna reshoot it. But that'll be coming out soon. Just kind of update why I've been a little slow lately in the game, with some announcements too. So that'll be coming hopefully in the next week or two. And then I have some reviews coming up, like the bronze back. So
nice, man.
I got.
Can't wait for that review, man. 2024 it's been rough, man. It's been a wild.
It has been
a wild year. It's been a wild year, man. It ain't 2020, but it's different.
Yeah, dude,
for sure.
DJ,
anything? DJ,
I got some Independence Day, 4th of July stuff coming out this week. More importantly than that, I got a really big interview on Monday. But
nice, man. Nice.
Yeah,
nice,
dope, dude.
Hell yeah,
that's what I got.
Good luck with that, man. Good luck with that, dude.
Cheers, brother. Combate.
And tomorrow I'll release my review of a cigar that Michael sent in, the Hoyle de Monterey Epicure number 2.
Yeah, nice.
Oh, nice.
Hell yeah, man.
Segundo.
Yes. Speaking of Cuban Sundays.
Yeah.
Nice.
Hopefully it wasn't a dog rocket.
Far from, dude.
Good.
That was a treat of a cigar, man. Thank you. That was bomb.
When Cubans hit, man, they hit.
Goes to show you.
Facts.
That one hit.
Good deal. All right. Well, this is number 13 for the infamous show. Cool deal.
Number 1 in your heart.
Thanks y'all for watching, and we'll see y'all in 2 weeks.
Sounds good. See you guys.
Leave that.